welcome to the Anime Boomer Podcast. We have a very special guest today, but first I want to introduce our co-hosting panel. First and foremost is my longtime co-host, Spooky Weeb Trash, youtube.com/SpookyWeebTrash. She's actually working on a Gamergate documentary right now. It's like, what, 90%
Bring that
done?
up in front of Jim. Oh, no.
I have to embarrass you a little bit.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be on there. But hi, everybody. I don't know what ancient Slav would discover to have not one, but two elder gods today. But what's up?
Well, I don't know. I'm not that eldest. Next we got Flamenco. How you doing, buddy?
The Boomer Slayer. Hey, how's it going, everybody?
The Boomer Slayer. And we've got Cody from Anime Outsiders and Cloud Scratcher. How you doing, Cody?
What's up, boys? And since Jim is here, let me just say shout outs to Pippa Pipkin.
Oh yeah, I saw that last week there. And of course, last but certainly not least, the man himself, the legend, the anime boomer, I would say, Mr. Metokur. How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm glad to see that Maminko's here. How you doing, Maminko?
I got my. I can't hear you.
Are you doing good?
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh,
get him
Maminko,
on the
are you there?
I maybe it's too hot outside. I can't hear you.
Oh god, shit.
Let me join in on the fun here, guys. Come on now.
There we go. Now we all have pill bottles.
Fun times. You know, it's been a while since we've had like all these people together.
Oh, it was fun. It was fun times for everyone else. Like that was like holy shit moments. That was an uncomfortable moment.
I love uncomfortable moments. What moment are we talking about exactly?
Just an entire sequence of streams with pills and alcohol and
it sounds like an anime plot. Tell me the story, Flamenco.
Well, it's all about a brave little Chilean lad whose laughter cures cancer and alcoholism.
Does it?
Yeah, but when we needed him most, he vanished. Oh,
it's tragic.
I still believe that one day he will return, and his laughter.
Oh.
Someday. If you listen out into the night sky.
I kind of think he might be dead. I genuinely think at this point he might be just gone.
A lot of people are saying that this like YouTube artist that has like 700 subscribers or 700,000 subscribers is actually him because his laugh is like really similar. At least that's what like Cecil McFly thinks that he's like just gone on.
What was that video? It was like Anime Art Studio or something like that.
Yeah,
that guy did sound a lot like Dame.
Yeah, but I mean these stories pop up all the time. Like if you look at Murdoch, they could have sworn they found his YouTube channel because the guy sounds just like him.
Yeah, these stories do pop up from time to time, especially because like I could see where like there were some subtle differences in the guy's voice, so he didn't quite 100% sound like Dame, but it was close enough that I don't know. I kind of want to believe that he's just out there living his best life and having fun doing like art stuff.
I hope so, but I might be remembering incorrectly here, but didn't Dame disappear around the same time there was some kind of shit going on in his country? Like,
yeah, there was a Chilean civil war.
Well, there's always shit going on in his country.
Always,
that's true. But it coincided so closely as like I think he might have got caught up in that and died. Like it was again, I could be remembering wrong, but it was a little bit too perfect.
You think his corpse is like propped up against a 7-Eleven wall somewhere on some street?
Yeah.
The security forces got him. That's it. It's over.
His last words were, "Fuck Mundane Matt. Tell them I said that. Fuck Mundane Matt."
Like a really dramatic war death scene. He's in one of his comrades' arm. Tell them I said, "Fuck Mundane Matt."
I feel like he would be more like he would just write his like last will and testament. Just blame Monday Matt. Whatever you do, it's always Monday Matt's fault.
So now that we've gotten the internet drama segment out of the way, let's talk about anime.
Oh, is it out of the way?
Oh, it'll come back. It'll come back.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
It'll pop up every once in a while. Yeah.
it's a periodic thing, but we're here to talk about anime with Mr. Metokur. So I think we should start off with the most important question here. What was the first anime that you can really remember watching?
Well, I guess before I even get into that, I wanted to talk about one that I've read more recently and then just started watching. So it's one called Rent a Girlfriend. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Oh yeah, I've actually got a question in here from someone on Twitter about that. Let's see, what was his name? The Max Vader said, "My life coach Jack Murphy keeps telling me to check out Rent a Girlfriend. Do you think I should watch it?"
And the crazy thing is, like, I read it in English because of obviously like scanlations and stuff. But the craziest fucking thing about it is the dub is only in Puerto Rican. Huh? I see we got some jokes going here.
I like it.
A little bit of a setup. But we got something.
I hope the author's a blonde.
And a hot full spicy tamale. Yeah.
Spicy. Gotta be spicy.
Oh, too hot to handle.
But no, the first anime I ever watched, I mean, shit, I don't know. That's going to be something from the fucking 80s. It's probably some repurposed shit that got butchered for American television. So some kind of a mech or robot thing. Voltron. There you go.
Voltron or Gigantor, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Something where they took it, chopped it up, and then repurposed it to sell toys.
You don't have that magical moment where you remember your first anime, like, wow, this is something special. This is my life now. You don't have that.
No, I don't. I don't have it marked on a calendar with a date circled.
The magical weeb story, the Genesis story.
No Genesis story. No. Just a lot of 80s cartoons that kind of bled over from overseas and stuff. But I mostly got into it heavily, I guess, during the 90s.
So what was the anime that really inspired you to like start watching the whole genre?
Like
the anime that inspired me? Jesus.
Look, I didn't write
Jim,
like half
what
these
show
questions.
was it that sealed the deal you'd never see a vagina? Well, let me think.
Was it Tenchi?
Tenchi, I could never understand, like, Tenchi confused the fuck out of me for a while because it seemed like every time a new season came out, it was a completely different fucking story with the same amount of cast.
It was.
Yeah. That was like
I know. Yeah, but it pissed me off because I was like, "Oh, I remember this show. I'll watch the new season. What the fuck is this? Everybody's acting like they've never met before."
I don't know if you know the backstory behind why that is, but it's actually kind of funny. Apparently, there was some drama behind the scenes of making the very first show, and like you have the creator of the show that wants to essentially make his own harem self-insert because the main character is the creator's self-insert. Like even got his same last name.
Oh, he's Mary's doing it, is he?
Yes, absolutely.
It's like Masaki something or another, and Tenchi Masaki.
And then you had, I think it was like the anime director or somebody like that was working on the show itself. It's like, well, you have a good premise here with this cast. You can do this and this. You can do all this stuff with it. But the guy's like, no, I want to have my magical journey with my girlfriends. So it basically became if you think you can do better, go ahead. And the guy's like, okay, I will. And then he went and made Tenchi Universe.
I love it. I love it when like anime directors are completely not tar wrangled. Have any of you guys heard of Garzy's Wing?
Yes.
No.
It is a 3-episode OVA that was directed by the guy who made Gundam, like the original Gundam 0079. And it is the most fucking bizarre shit. This guy is like driving down the mountain in a motorcycle, and then suddenly a giant like spectral bird carries his soul, not his body, into like an isekai world. But like everything's like everyone's dying. There's like giant dinosaurs. Like everyone's getting their arms and legs chopped off. But his like body in Earth is still on Earth, and is like he's also able to talk to his body on Earth.
It's a drug trip, which is made even better by the fact that the English dub is fucked.
Yeah.
So if you watch it, like, it's this already surreal, just like I don't even know what even joke words you could use to describe this thing. It's so out there. And it's acted by like day one film students. Funniest shit you'll ever see.
Yeah, and it like predates like some of these like common isekai tropes where his like current Earth self is like, well, you should go and make guns. You know, you get gunpowder, you can shoot the enemies. It's like, how the fuck am I supposed to mix the metal for that shit? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know any of this shit. And he has to, he like gets like anime protagonist bullshit powers. And yeah, it's pretty
he's
good.
not really doing it justice. But because you really can't, like, trying to describe Garzi's Wing inevitably evolves into like you trying to put logic into Garzi's Wing. You can't. It's just weird shit about like a double isekai where the guy gets isekai but he also doesn't, and he talks to himself, and there's a unicorn and a narrator, and the narrator's narrating a completely different show or some shit. And just it's a drug trip. Tomino was on some shit.
It's like an Inception isekai. Is that what you're saying?
Kind of. It's like he gets isekai but also doesn't, and he has like psychic phone conversations with his isekai self, and he's like, bro, here's some modern technology stuff, it'll wow him. And he's like, I don't know how to make gunpowder. It's like, just do it, asshole. And then they fight some, I don't even know what the hell the monsters were, and like I said, it's a trip. It's got, I don't know what the hell Tomino was on. It's kind of like it's one of those things which is like some well-known creator got way it's a Phantom Menace type thing. This guy was like
it's a side story to Escaflowne. It's in the same universe too, apparently, because like Tomino writes those like novels or something. He basically just got away with whatever he wanted to, and it was fucking just off the walls. It's like I said, 3 episodes.
Prequel. It's a Star Wars prequel situation where like this guy was so revered that he had all these goofy ideas and nobody told him no.
Well, I don't know how like revered Tomino is, because like one of the series I would say like
he made
Gundam.
Yeah, but like
pretty revered.
Like the original Gundam got canceled during its like original run. It wasn't saved by like its plot or its story or its animation. It was sold because the Japanese realized that they could sell the little robots on the show and make a fuck ton of money.
That's like saying like, but I don't know how revered Walt Disney is. Like, the man made Gundam.
Yeah,
he's quite popular in Japan. Let's just say that. They like him quite a bit for that Gundam thing he did.
This is a good segment to kind of segue into talking about Gundam here. So, Jim, what is your favorite Gundam series, and which one made you cry?
Well, I just got back into it, so I've been rewatching some of the stuff, like Fumiko mentioned 0079. I've been watching Wing, and I'm convinced that is probably one of the best unintentional comedies that's ever been fucking made. Based off the protagonist of that. It's fucking fantastic. And what is her name? Relina? I'm pretty sure she is crippled or retarded. Because there are like fucking scenes in this thing where like Hero washes up on a beach, right? After his shit crashes, after he gets gunned down. And he fucking comes out of the ocean. And he comes across this stupid bitch. And he's trying to get out of there. Like, he hijacks a fucking ambulance and shit. And he's driving off. And like, it's very clear this guy's an enemy combatant, right? After he's like half a mile away, she holds her, she like staring blankly. Like, I've never seen it. She's staring into the fucking ether, holds her hand out. And she's like, I'm Relina. Like, he's gone. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then the scene at the school, he's like, I'm going to fucking murder you.
Welcome to my birthday
I love
party.
Comparing him,
rips it.
I love comparing him to fucking Shinji, man, because it's like night and day between those two guys. The one who would get in the robot and the one that wouldn't. It's fucking yin and yang with those two.
You know, Wolfei's autism also kind of goes under the radar, but I kind of remember like
the
him
supreme
being into,
gentleman
like,
Chang Wufei.
Yeah, he got into like a fencing fight with Trey's, and Trey's like manages to shit talk him, but he's not in a mobile suit. But Wolfei has his mobile suit, and he's just like, I can't beat him, and then just flies away and like is like autistically seething.
Some of you people in Oz are okay. Don't come to the department next morning.
Oh man, yeah. That Wing was definitely like the first series that got me into anime, though. I would say it was definitely
that's the same for a lot of people, isn't it? I mean, like, that was the one I think that introduced almost everybody to it.
Because like, you know, when you're you know, you got your selection of things kind of growing up, like that was really the only animated show that had a continuous plot with like interwoven character arcs and like different things going on. There's like 3 different like civil wars within that series and like splinter factions and shit like that. you know, I also the models are really fun, but like my dumbass retard self didn't have like the correct tools for it, so I used like a kitchen knife to cut them out of the runners, and I fucking hate myself.
Is your gaijin hands too fat for the little parts?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this was a question from somebody on Twitter. They wanted to ask, you know, about Gunpla. Did you get any Gunpla, and did you enjoy working on them? And which ones did you get?
I got 2 basic bitch model kits. They're like the $20 ones, so they're not like I think it's high grade. It's not like because it's like broken into tiers, right? Where it's like the really dirt cheap ones that have got like 3 or 4 parts you put together, and then you've got like the I'm a retarded American version, which is maybe like, you know, 3 or 4 sheets of plastic shit.
Yep.
And then you've got like the high end one, right, where you're spending like $300-400 on shit, and it's going to take you 2.5 months to do. So I got 2 of the most basic ones, like high grade, not complete bitch tier. But I didn't know what I was doing on the first one. So it's like, oh, you know, I watched a couple videos, and it's like, oh, you just clip it, put it together and stuff. But then they're like, oh, sanding and, you know, detail work and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to sand it. That was a mistake.
Yeah, you got to get special. You got to get like special grit sandpaper.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I went with like the excuse that that's battle damage, right? Like that's battle damage. That's how that's worked. But I've worked my way through like 2. I do like it. You get a lot of time out of it, especially for the money investment. Like if you're looking for something to do, like $20, and you get like 5 to 10 hours out of the thing. Especially if you do like, you know, detailing and stuff. I had to buy like the Japanese markers for that shit. But I've enjoyed it. I don't know how heavily I'll get into it because I've seen like some of the kits are fucking insane.
Yeah. Like there's like I would say like there's a weird resurgence with that too. Like I think the specifically to sell toy commercial build fighters did really, really well. And you're starting to see like Gunpla being sold in US stores again, like Hobby Lobby and even Target.
Well, yeah, I think part of what the reason is people didn't get too heavily into it is because they had the idea that it was like other model kits where they're going to need to use like glue and shit. They didn't understand they can just snap it. You know what I mean? Like snap.
Well, they had a big ad campaign back when Wing was first out. Like I think what like really fucked over Gunpla in general was one, there was their decision after that was Gundam 0079, and that didn't do well in Japan at first. And I think the airing of 0079 happened like right around the time of 9/11. And they really didn't want to like follow it up with like the more popular Zeta or Double Zeta Gundam. So they finished it up with like G Gundam, but then they like flood the market with all the fucking retarded ones, like the Windmill Gundam and the
Windmill of Peace Gundam. Yes.
Yeah. No, just the Swedish Gundam, like Sweden Gundam. It's like, oh, we just have windmills. Yeah.
They should have sold the Statue of Liberty.
Part of it too is like how the marketing would have been done. Like, I mean, you're talking about early 2000s, right? So the internet really hadn't taken hold like it has now. Yeah. So people are going to be seeing shit on shelves, or they're going to see like store advertisements on TV. But now it's like all over Amazon or, you know, YouTube and shit like that. So I think that's what's giving it a better foothold. That would be my guess.
There's like a lot of like really popular Gunpla channels right now. There's like even like there's even VTubers doing it now apparently. VTuber with a very nice chest, by the way. So that's definitely not helping at all with selling
real
that
chest or
product.
like anime titties.
Anime titties, right?
Like double D's.
Well, I mean, a lot of
that's not the answer to the question.
Like actual tits.
Oh, so she knows what she's doing. Okay.
Well, then if it's not really a VTuber, then if you could see her actual tits.
You don't see her face.
Well, maybe they're tits that are floating on.
Yeah.
Like
they're disembodied tits. Yeah.
Like
right.
He's got two.
You're supposed to be a character.
Yeah,
you got two sets of tits though. That's the best part. Is you got the real ones and then you got the fake ones. So you got two sets to look at.
Yeah, but at that point, it's just an e-girl with an avatar.
Well, isn't that most VTubers though?
No, the point of the VTuber is you're playing a character.
Oh, come on.
Separated from your real self.
hey, she builds the models well, so like, good for her.
Well, don't you even get a lot of views on your streams, Flamenco? Like you'll just keep on like Red Letter Media or some shit, or
oh yeah, like Gunpla building with like podcasts and shit is like the easiest content to do, and it's transformative.
I love how backhanded that was. She's like, oh yeah, the VTuber gets a lot of views. Even you, Flamenco, with your shit fucking streams, nobody watches, right? Buddy, you get like 1 or 2 viewers too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm performing better than Randy Stair did throughout his entire lifetime. I'm probably not going to shoot up a grocery store or try to get a ghost pussy, you know. So
you're too busy making
I'm just
your
going to say my
Gunpla.
YouTube success is like probably going to keep me from that. It's not the best, but it's serviceable. It's okay.
Notice he didn't deny the other stuff associated with Randy Stair. So I'm glad we don't see his bedroom. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I don't know, Flamenco. Do you paint yourself with white body paint and run around in panties? That was the other thing Randy was doing.
No, he just cosplays as you and runs away like a little Naruto run. That's what he does. I was there. I filmed it actually.
Yeah,
we went to
an
Bubba
agent
Fest.
of chaos.
We were going to support Vic Mignogna in his situation. So Flam had the bright idea. He's like, I'm going to cosplay as my senpai, Jim. And then one day he'll
show
notice
my
me.
face on stream.
Hey, look, you manifested.
Did you actually call me senpai, Flamenco?
No, I didn't.
Hold on a second. I need some fucking.
Oh God! Flamenco, it's not true.
Flamenco,
it's not true.
Gotta love it.
Mm-hmm.
A moment in internet history.
how did the Vic thing turn out, by the way?
Well, we're still waiting on the.
Yeah.
Everybody goes silent. Okay,
It's a mixed bag, really. Like the case got dismissed, but he's still
It's
getting
on appeal.
like. Yeah, it's on appeals, and he's getting like appearances at conventions, which was mostly the point. Like he can still make a living.
It basically got silent because there's no simple answer. Like, yeah, he lost this court case, but he's in the middle of this one, and he won here, kind of lost here, but he won here, so it's okay. Like, it's a clusterfuck.
Well, it was also like
it's positive. Like the whole basic point was to save the guy's livelihood, and that's done. Like, he's still making con appearances. He's still making money. He don't do anime anymore because of this stupid clique going on in that industry. But he's doing theater gigs. He's still working. He's doing short films and all that. So he's good.
what also delayed it was like it was 2019 when it happened, and then there was like bam, Corona, and then everything gets delayed with Corona too. So that also contributed to it because I'm
sure that probably fucked up a lot of the court stuff.
Yeah, it's already slow enough as it is, and you make it 3 times as slow. It's bureaucracy.
So now you're just waiting on the appeals court decision, and even then, like, the damage is done. Like, everybody kind of knows what goes on in this industry now, and like those people that accused him, you see, like when they do con appearances, they got no line. Nobody wants to see these bitches. So I mean, even if he loses in court, damage is done. He still comes out a winner as far as I'm concerned, because the only work they're getting is anime. And you compare the pay for dubbing an anime to the money Vic makes at these con appearances and doing these theater and
they're still massive.
Con appearances for like voice actors in the U.S. are like their bread and butter. That's why you get like people who even have been like film like LeVar Burton still doing.
Well, I mean, like speaking of bread and butter, panel now, please show your hands. How many of you donated to the Vic Mignogna thing?
I donated $20 when
I gave
it started.
I gave Vic Mignogna my money directly. Okay, I bought several of his merchandise. Thank you very much, and he gave me a little Edward pin.
I spent about 100.
Did you really?
I did.
Oh, we also paid for a gator to get shouted by Vic too. So
that's true. Yeah, we've got that video.
I kind of had to with my own involvement in this whole caucus. I was like, I kind of had to at that point. Like, it was almost a moral obligation to at least throw $5 into the fucking.
Well, we were on the first Nick Rekieta stream talking about the Vic stuff, so I felt kind of obligated, put my money where my mouth is. So this
and
it's
I've become acquainted with the guy. I helped start this whole shit, so like it would be fucked up if I didn't, you
kind of forced into it. I got you.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not saying like I wouldn't want to help, but even whether I did or not, I should have. So I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of feel like if you start something, you kind of have to see it through, right?
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even like to this
I like
day.
how Flamenco's answer was like, "Oh yeah, I threw 20 at him. Stop talking about this, Jim."
I mean, I didn't. I followed it back when it was happening, and I think like I went to like a appearance of his and like got like an autograph or whatever. But
So
I mean,
he has still been doing appearances and stuff, right?
Oh hell
Like,
yeah!
he
Well,
hasn't
like
totally-
his lines, even to this day, like even after if he got canceled or sued or whatever you want to call it, like they're still. I went to 2 different cons to meet Vic, and both times, and Flan was with me one of those cons, and I believe that one was 2 hours, but the one in Houston was like 3 hours just to wait to talk to him.
Yeah,
So,
he's like I said, in the anime section of his career is fucked because of that whole drama, but overall, he's basically fine.
to be fair, it was always going to be fucked. Like, you can't really go back to work with the people that, like, you know, completely try to destroy your fucking life.
He'd always do like the LA studios and something like that. Like he was just in the Texas studios was the thing. But like even without that, his career's fine, and that was really the goal. And well, I guess we're still waiting to find out whether or not that legal fund was. I shouldn't say worth donating to, because again, even if he loses the case, the point was just so that it's this man's career and livelihood isn't destroyed over nothing. And that's basically what's happened, like that it's not destroyed. So mission accomplished, court system or no. So
I didn't even know Rial in March.
How much was
this month?
I mean, because I know the basics of it and stuff, but I didn't follow it super closely. So how much did he raise for his lawsuits?
Well,
was there a lot of support?
To be clear, he
or whoever set it up for him.
Yeah, I think Bricade's GoFundMe capped out around near 200,000, right?
I
think it's about that.
He short of 200,000.
Is that going to carry him through? You said he's doing appeals now, so will that carry him through that, or did he like burn through that with the initial case?
That I don't know. I would assume if he did burn it out, it at least covered most of it. So that's as far as I know.
Yeah, I have it up on screen here. It was 290,215.
Oh shit! So 300, almost 300,
almost 300,000. Yeah,
it's big money.
That's big money.
It is. I really hope that he wins on the appeal, but I'm not too terribly optimistic about that.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you think he'll lose the appeal?
Defamation is just really hard in the U.S. to prove. That's always been like the.
Anti-slap is basically like public participation. So the idea is that they don't want to take away people's First Amendment rights to like talk shit about people, especially like public figures and stuff. So that's what they did. They filed anti-slap to basically say, hey, we're allowed to talk shit about Vic. He's a public figure. And like there were some procedural things that were kind of iffy on it. And like Nick in particular is not a big fan of like how anti-slap works, because it's basically just like you can say whatever you want to, even if it's like, because you have to prove actual malice. Like you have to prove you just hate that person and you just said something you knew was false just to like destroy their career or whatever. And so it's such a high bar to meet that it's really hard.
So the burden's really tough.
Yeah.
And the reason that the initial case was dismissed in the first place was the judge was like, it wasn't even the merits of the case. The judge I think he like just lost a major public case in Texas, something to the Texas Supreme Court. He got shot down, and now he had, and this is not like a hey, look at me, I'm a big public figure judge. This is not a guy looking for the spotlight. So he already was in the spotlight in a negative way, and then immediately he's in the spotlight again when this case starts getting all this coverage, especially down there. So he just threw, like, he even said like, y'all just settle in appeals. Like he threw the case out because like, oh, I don't want to deal with this. And he wouldn't even.
So, was there any consequences for the people that Vic was, going against? I mean, obviously the lawsuit didn't go through the way he wanted it to, but like public fallout, career fallout. Like
they still go to cons. Jamie Markey,
technically,
also have careers. I think they also like. I mean, they literally go out of their way to slap in the faces of people that make fun of them, like during the Vic Mignogna case. Like,
I think you're
like, boo-boo. I changed out the dub and to make it more social justice-y or whatever.
I think you're focusing too much. You're focusing too much on their quote-unquote victory lap, and you're missing the big picture. That yes, they did absolutely get hammered, because once this hit, you would see like pictures of their lines at cons, and it's dead. I mentioned this before. Yeah. Like the chicks that went after him, they're in the public eye. They're done. I mean, the only people that they still have like Simpson stans, but it's like you have this class of anime fan that like has these attachments to voice actors. Like they almost think they're friends with them. And it's like, if I become friends with the voice actor, then I am friends with my favorite anime character that they voice. They'll even, you see that in like Twitter replies, they'll talk to them.
It's like a Spax thing.
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, they've also got that
character.
They've also got like Cameo that they can, make money off of just like using the voice of the character that they have or whatever.
Right. So those are basically the people still like attached to the accusers.
Well, it's
but you look at the actual, like, again, the con lines they're making, like, to the point where I think one of them had to do an appearance at some comic book shop, and the comic book shop ended up like, I don't know if it got closed down. Something happened to that comic book shop afterward. It was like almost like karma. I can't remember what, because it was like a year or two ago. But either way, so yeah, even though they technically still have their jobs in this industry, and they're like, oh, we won our case. Again, still in appeals, but victory.
They'll never have like the cult-like personality that Vic Mignogna has to this day.
And he's still, because again, you compare the money you make from just doing a show to the money you make doing a con, and then again, all the other stuff Vic's doing. He's clearly doing better than they are. Like, you look at his lines at cons; they're like around the block. And when he goes to a con, that con makes money. So, like I said, they're doing their Twitter victory laps. They still got their job in that anime studio, but overall, even if he loses on appeals, he still came out on top basically from all this.
Well, he also saved a lot of other anime voice actors as well, because there's the false allegations against Todd Haberkorn, the false allegations against Quentin Flynn Ryden. So. Those guys.
Oh yeah, they like the Quentin Flynn shit is like fucking wild.
It was like a stalker or something.
Well, he did voice acting work for Warhammer 3, and that also carried into World of Warcraft. And like the second that all the allegations dropped, like Blizzard like went full on scrub it up, get rid of any of his voice lines, completely redub it. I guess now we know it's probably because they had their own like looming sexual harassment shit going on too.
Yeah, they fucking imploded.
Yeah, I don't know, Jim, how aware you are of. Have you ever heard of fixing the broken staircase?
Have I heard of fixing the broken staircase? No.
Yeah. Okay, I'm guessing not. So it was basically a hit list.
Oh yeah, no, I said no. Yo, so what is it? Go ahead.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear the no. But yeah, so it's like a hit list that's been around for years of essentially industry people to get rid of, and a lot of it is just for whatever petty reason, for petty little mean girl clique reason, we don't like them. And they had been going through that list in recent years. The guy that runs A&N was like at the top, and they did a whole Me Too thing on him. Which is funny because he's gay, but he still apologized because he's a cuck. So, okay, well, we got him. Well, Vic is next because he's kind of right wing and Christian, and whenever they try to get him to sign yaoi art, he don't like it. He says that your yaoi ships aren't real, so he's got to go. So he was next on the list, but he fought back. So what that resulted in is essentially because they had a fight. I'm not kidding. This thing was a lengthy hit list. And with him fighting back, it basically scared because they were primed and ready to go down this list. And with him fighting back, that made him back off. So again, that's another thing that even if he loses on appeals, one of the things he accomplished is putting a kibosh on that shit. And that helped a lot of people that were else below him on that list that were next.
It wasn't only the list, but it was because like the whole like that shit like with the whole yaoi situation, that was started from all the way from fucking 4chan on the CGL board. But like what they really wanted him to get knocked out for is because he got Broly, and Broly is like the most popular DBZ character ever. And so when the Broly movie happened, that's when they wanted to knock him out and get him out of here, because he was going to be a director of several of these animes, like as far as the voice acting situation
that was
goes.
something that Nick Rekieta dropped. I'm not sure, he didn't say specifically like which Funimation person talked to him, but somebody from Funimation leaked to him that Vic was actually in line to get a major studio role. Like, he was going to be overseeing a lot of people. And as the theory goes, they think that Christopher Sabat got a little jealous, and he's the one that called the hit.
Mm-hmm. It's shitty. It's not Hollywood, but it's entertainment, and it's fucking cutthroat and shitty.
Well, that's why it's so
basically
cutthroat.
a Mean Girls, a Mean Girls clique with what, like a hit list for people.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile,
Their
they're
own
doing
personal
all this
burn book.
they're doing all this like sexual shit behind the scenes. I don't know if you saw that Nick Rekieta stream where he played like all the clips of Goku's voice actor and Krillin's voice actor like talking all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, I do think I saw those on, I like video clips of that stuff. Like I said, I have a basic working knowledge of all this. I just kind of want like an update, I guess, on where it was.
Yeah, we're waiting for some random Thursday because apparently the appeals court releases their findings on like Thursdays. So it's going to be a Thursday. No telling how long that's going to be.
Yeah,
One of them coming up.
yeah. And then
just pay attention to Rekieta Media on Twitter because you'll find out when it happens.
Regardless of what the ruling is, when it does come down, it's just going to blow this shit up all over again. And it's like the whole reason that it's kind of faded. And some people think, oh, well, it's over. It's not over. It's just not relevant right now because we're waiting on the next step, and the next step is taking so long. Once that shit hits, welcome back. You know, We Wars is going to be back again. You're going to get all the clickbait YouTube videos of everybody with the arrow pointing. It's like, you'll never believe what the verdict was. Caps lock on and shit. So it'll all come back, roaring back at you once this thing drops, regardless of what the verdict is. So brace for that, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have another question, Gator?
Yes, I do, actually. This one is from someone on Twitter. They didn't want me to read their name out. It says, do you like tokusatsu series like Kamen Rider and Super Sentai? Any favorite series?
No, I mean, I don't really watch them, I guess. I nothing against them, but no, I don't really watch them. No favorite series.
Garo's pretty good.
Garo Vanishing Line. Cody recommended that one.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. It's Garo Vanishing Line is what happens if a Chud Bud becomes a tokusatsu hero.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little bit more like magic focused. There's a pretty good anime for it too. That was like really fucking well animated. I think like a couple of the sequences from the like I think there's like a couple of sequences from like the like first couple of episodes that like really get put up in like a lot of people's top animation lists.
Yeah, Garo is basically Kamen Rider for adults. That's sort of the idea of the. It's like a franchise. It's like a live action.
It's anime for mature people.
The idea,
pretty much edgelord tokusatsu.
Kinda. It's basically like the
for teenagers. Adults is when the fucking giant black dude rapes the 6-year-old the camp. Well, that's when you know it's an adult story.
That's a different kind of for adults.
Are you talking about Rise of
Berserk?
What's it called?
Shield Hero. Yeah, no,
not Shield Hero.
Yeah, Redo of Healer.
Redo of a Healer.
But yeah, the concept, because it's a multi it's like got an anime and a TV show. But the idea, it's like like a toku type thing, but it's like taking they're not doing poses. It's more like actual combat. The monsters aren't dudes in suits. It's like Lovecraft type shit. That's the idea, and then from there, it's like a live action, which I hear the live action show is good, but I've never seen it. The anime, it's got like 3 anime. The first 2 are just kind of okay, and then the third one is fucking one of the best I've seen in years. If you want to see, I can't recommend it enough for like variety. Let me say the first 5 minutes of the first episode, main character who's like this dude built like a brick shit house. It's not like some fucking anime boy. Beats the shit with his bare hands out of some monster made of tits to a point where he punches it so hard its head flies off, and then he power bombs it into a parked car from a rooftop. And that's just the first 5 minutes of the first episode. And then he goes off to his goddamn skull motorcycle where he's got some big titted blonde waiting for him, and he rides off. Begin credits. And again, first 5 minutes. So if that's not,
it does sound entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely. And like it's goofy over the top like that, but also the characters are really well written. The story's great. The concepts, because the monsters are like based on like people's fears and personal problems and shit. Like people make Faustian deals or whatever. I ain't gonna get into the whole fucking story, but the monsters of the week are more interesting because of that. So it's just a good fucking time, man. You want some good shit? Garo Vanishing Line. Check it out.
So, Jim, have you seen Redo of a Healer?
Yeah, so I read the manga. I like the manga, and then I watched the anime, and I came to the conclusion that the anime is shit.
Well, the anime got like $5 for its budget.
The story fell apart for me. Yeah, I think I realized the point where the fucking whole thing fell apart for me is I'm like on episode 2 or 3 or whatever. And Jade walks in and she's like, "Oh, are you watching hentai?"
I think it.
I was like, "Wow, yeah, is. It literally is." Yeah.
It's
okay. Well, the story just fell apart for me. Yeah. And I thought about it, and I was like, "Yeah, he powers up all the chicks by fucking them." So maybe this isn't the great revenge that I was thinking it was going to be. It's just perverted shit.
It's schlock. It's literally, I don't know. I watch it to just laugh. Like it's one of the funniest animes to me ever. Just to watch stupid schlock.
He pulls out that fucking hot poker. It's just like, hey, bitch.
I think it's funny that apparently there was a rumor going around that was written by a woman. And people are like, yeah, women write effed up stuff. That's like,
it's written by a man.
The guy is like totally a dude. He's done interviews. Yeah. I think there's I think the rumor is that the Shield Hero author is a chick, but I don't think that one's true either.
No, the thing is about the redo author. The thing about the redo author is it's a dude, but he admits that he was talking to the Anime Man, which is an YouTuber. You guys don't know, but he was doing an interview with him, and he said, "Well, why is it that, you have these porn websites that, you look at who's consuming the most rape, BDSM, and it's women. And it's like, wouldn't you assume women just like rape? By that instance, if they're consuming the most rape porn? And then sure enough, the number one demographic of people that are watching Redo of a Healer are women.
Well, so, how true is that? Because a lot of the same people saying that were the same people saying the writer was a woman. There seems to be this weird need. Like, women are cool with Redo of Healer. I don't get why. Just own your fucking fantasy porn show. Like,
I just dropped it because it got kind of boring, like, towards the, first episode or whatever. Like, the animation was, dog shit.
After the 4th or 5th fucking, you were like, I've seen it all. Really.
Yeah, I know where this is going to go. I know where this leads.
By the way, the guy on screen, that is the author of Redo of Healer. Yes, he's in a fox costume.
Well, now I'm going to burn the copy I have.
Oh, now he's a furry, yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Thanks for
no.
the final nail in the coffin there, Gator. Appreciate it.
He doesn't want to show
Glad
his
I can
face,
help.
so he uses his a little...
Oh, yeah, no, that's a good excuse. No, guys, I'm not a furry. I just don't want you to know who I am.
Look.
Funny thing, a lot of these light novel authors do that because they want to, retain some anonymity, but they'll usually, I don't know, wear a regular mask.
He uses a little fox for his profile pic on Twitter. Come on.
Fox head. Because the guy that writes Overlord does that, but he wears a skull hoodie with the thing zipped up so you can't see his face. But this dude just comes in wearing a goddamn Fox McCloud head.
So can we recap this? So you're telling me Redo of the Healer is just a rape hentai written by a furry? Is that where we've arrived at?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's all right. That's one to cross off the list. Thanks, Mike.
But you like Goblin Slayer. Speaking of other rape anime, you like Goblin Slayer, right?
I thought Goblin Slayer was great. I liked the manga and I liked the side stories of it, and I liked the anime of it. But I mean, this year, the ones that I liked the most were, I think, Vivi and Shadow House.
I didn't see either of those.
I know Gator wants to talk about Vivi with you.
I do.
I'm sorry there wasn't enough rape in it for you, Flamenco.
Nah.
Vivi, that's the one with the singing android girl, right?
Yes, yes. I've been trying to sell Cody on it for months at this point.
I still got to see it. I don't know. I just my drive to watch anime has been completely diminished by all the anime that's been out for the last couple of years. It feels like everything's either just a girlfriend simulator or a bog standard isekai. I don't even a new anime will come out. Even if it has a neat premise, oh, okay. It's anime has killed my fucking enthusiasm for anime in the last few years.
All right, the problem I keep running into is I can't stand the thing that fucks me up is the simulcast stuff, because I'll find a show I like, I'll start watching it, and then I don't want to wait for a fucking week to see the next episode, so then I'll just go read the whole fucking thing. Right, and then I have no reason to watch the anime after that.
Yeah, things that are already finished and have their self-contained stories. I can understand that.
That happened with me in Platinum End. I got kind of tired of waiting for the next episode to come out because they went on a 2-week break.
Is that the Angel one?
Yeah, that's the Angel one. Like the manga is already finished, and I went through and like read the entire manga, and I don't know how I feel about the ending.
I remember I watched, I think, one episode of it, and then I read like, I don't know how much I read. I just wanted to have an idea of like what the fuck was going on or where it was going to go. I just remember it being sort of fucking twisted, and I did like that it was twisted, but I don't know. Now you got me all fucked up because I'm worried that half the shit I've read has been written by furries now.
Always check to make sure.
One.
So, what is your favorite manga, or have you ever reread a manga because you enjoyed it so much?
Shit. I really, really, really liked So I'm a Spider, So What, the manga. Like, I know there's weird differences between the light novel, the manga, and the anime. Like, they're all split up into their own kind of ordered storylines and shit. But the reason I liked it was she gets thrown into a different fucking world, and instead of like trying to, I mean, yeah, and the protagonist is OP, and they do all that shit, all the cliche stuff, but it's like 50 or 60 or 70 chapters of just running around a dungeon. And I really liked that, right? Like that appealed to me. So I read the fuck out of that. I really like that. Ascendance of the Bookworm, I really like that. Yeah, I suppose those two probably stand out the most. I mean, the problem is
really intricate details of like the character interacting with the world is like some of the better, I guess, storytelling that I see in some of these series. Like with because like Ascendance of the Bookworm is just her trying to develop cheap paper so that she can have books or whatever, and also like making sure her family has like a decent life. And
well, yeah, like Dr. Stone did that with chemistry. I mean, shit, even Drifters did that. With Nobunaga, like developing gunpowder and shit using corpses, like like where they get like kind of get into the details of it for a while. I like that kind of shit.
Yeah, that is cool.
It's better than it happening off screen and just like, oh well, we just magically have this now. Yeah, oh, there you go.
Do you watch any of the big three, like the big shonens that are your favorite, like Bleach? Sorry, I kind of assumed
I don't
that
even
you
know
know
if Bleach is the big three. I think the big three right now are
the
like
big three. Bleach, oh shit.
I think the big
Bleach,
three right now are like
it's Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach were the big three.
Quick,
Yeah,
years
they were. That I mean, hey, look, I still think it's 2007 sometimes. Look, I'm old, but like it's
Isn't One Piece
One Piece is still relevant. Yeah,
5,000 at this point.
It just got done with its like 1,000th chapter like last year, so it's like up there now.
That has to be. Isn't that a record? Like, I mean, they've taken the credit on that, haven't they?
There's a yeah.
Hajime no Ippo is one that's
no, I don't think Hajime no Ippo is. I think it's that comedy gag series about
it's like a family comedy.
Right. It was what was it? I think it was the one about the police station.
Yeah,
Kochikame.
Kochikame, that was it. I forget his name. Yeah, I think
how many chapters did that go for?
I think like 3,000.
Oh, for real? Shit.
Yeah, that was basically the Japanese equivalent, like a newspaper comic. It's like Japanese Garfield, basically. It was like just gag a month. I mean, not gag a month, gag a day.
Gag a month.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh, sorry, no, it capped out of just short of 2,000. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but were these like proper chapters, or were these like 1 or 2 panel things?
No, these are like proper chapters.
I don't think they were as long as like maybe a One Piece or a Dragon Ball chapter.
It ran for about 40 years in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that would be the record then. All right. Yeah. But no, the big three. So Bleach, no. One Piece, never really watched it. What was the other one? What was the other? The big three?
Naruto, Garuto,
Boruto. I seen your Blu-ray list there.
Oh, that's that. Now, see, this is a shared collection, so I can't get total shit for all of it.
Yeah, sure.
That explains all the My Hero Academia.
Yeah, she's really into that. Like I'm more into the sports shit, so I like that stuff. Isekai because I have trash taste, of course.
Okay, so Jay likes shonen, and that's what she likes, right? I guess.
Well, yeah, like she was really into anime for a while, but then she dropped out from watching it for a while. So like when we started like kind of picking stuff up, she went back to the stuff that she had watched before, before getting into more modern shit like My Hero Academia and that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. I think Demon Slayer is considered a big three now too. I think
the new big three is like One Piece, My Hero Academia, and Demon Slayer. Though Demon Slayer did just end in the manga, so it might get replaced by
Dr.
Jujutsu
Stone
Kaisen.
Then.
I don't know if Dr. Stone is that big.
Or Jujutsu, Jujutsu too.
Probably.
Yeah, I think Jujutsu would be like the new.
That's probably going to go for a fucking while.
Yeah. The one I'm looking forward to is Chainsaw Man's anime.
Have you seen Chainsaw Man? Have you read it? Oh, it's so great, isn't it?
I feel like I'm the only one on earth that can't get into Chainsaw Man. Holy shit! Everywhere I go, for the Chainsaw Man, I love it.
I really kind of like. I kind of really like. I saw this also in Demon Slayer, and I also saw this in Jujutsu Kaisen. I kind of like this like new wave of protagonists that are not really drawn towards like, oh, I want to be like the super strongest, the best of whatever. Just like kind of manageable goals. Like Chainsaw Man's protagonist, he just wants to feel a girl up. He wants to eat good food.
He
wants to sleep in a nice bed. You know.
Wait. But what about the protagonist from Jujutsu though?
Jujutsu, he just wants to live a life where he can be like surrounded by people grateful for him having lived. Like he wants to have a good death.
A fulfilled life.
That's what I'm saying though. That's like a protagonist cliche. Like I mean, it really is. I want to be a hero.
Yeah,
because Grandpa told me on his deathbed that I should do good things.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I think it's the difference between like I want to live a comfy life and I want to be a god. I think that's what maybe Flame's getting at because you look at like Bleach's main character Ichigo. He's a god. Really?
I don't think Ichigo ever had like a central drive to his character. He's just like, I want to save my friend.
Wasn't it like by the third movie he was like raiding hell and shit? Like he was powerful enough to fucking go fight like in the pits of hell and shit, and it was like a Tuesday for him kind of thing.
Yeah, and then he loses
to hell
his
to
powers
punch Satan
again,
in the
gains
dick.
them back. Yeah.
The weird thing was like the because movies were not canon. The show actually never the fucking manga, whatever, the actual canon stuff never really went into hell. And then like I don't know, there were things I did like about Bleach. Like it did depict the afterlife as just being like an absolute shitty. Like it's not. Oh, good.
It's a bureaucracy.
Yeah, it's a bureaucracy run by like the guy in charge isn't even like real, or it's just a man in a crystal, and it's like this shit kept secret from everybody. And
most people live in like most people live in like the 1200s era Japan, like fucking like squalor villages where people just like murder you. Yeah,
like the afterlife sucks in Bleach.
Yeah, it would be pretty depressing, I would think.
Like you die, you spend all your life being a good person, find out you spend your eternity in like a Japanese slum.
Speaking of afterlife sucking, did you ever watch Angel Beats and did you cry every time? Angel Beat? I think maybe I'm being retarded. I believe it's what it's called. I'm probably
it's called Angel Beats.
Angel Beats.
It's like like all the characters died and they're in like purgatory, and the purpose of it is like it's like you live a happy high school life and then you become fulfilled and you get reincarnated or whatever.
It'll make you cry, guaranteed every time. Like every single person
cry like Gundam.
Even more so. Like it doesn't. Like I met men, women, all sorts of different people that watch Angel Beats, and it's kicks you in the balls at the end. So,
someone in chat brought up great teacher Onizuka. That's a fantastic one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah,
that's a damn good one. Yeah.
So, how disappointed were you in the Attack on Titan ending, Jim?
Oh,
I wasn't disappointed. Okay, look, I was never into it. So when I find out he turns into a pigeon, spoilers. When I find out he turns into a pigeon, that was the funniest shit to me because I can imagine how fucking angry that made people. Basically, the ending of that whole fucking thing is I'm going to stalk you as a pigeon. That was the fucking ending of Attack on Titan.
And both of his love interests are getting railed by different dudes.
Yeah, he's a cuck bird, right? Like, I'm gonna watch you get fucked. For 10 years, he had like a time limit on it too. By the time you get like blown out in a roasty, then I don't care anymore. But as long as you're young and I'm a pigeon, I'm gonna watch you fuck other guys. And then people started talking about like the author saying he hated his audience, and I was
don't think that's true.
Fantastic. Well, they were like, well, it was one of those things, as it was explained to me, where it became like and I've heard this is common too, where it became like a burden, right? Like where he got into it when he started it and he really liked it. And then it was you need to pump it out, keep the story going. We don't care if you want to end it here where you want to end it. We need more. And to the point that he couldn't, and to the point where he's writing the protagonist turns into a pigeon.
To a kookaburra.
Into a fucking pigeon. That's right, chat.
Cecil's mad at me because you spoiled it for her.
Spoiler alert.
The anime is coming up. The anime is finishing it up.
Oh, I hope you love the end episode of that shit. Oh my, you're gonna fucking punch the TV.
You must get spoiled so you don't end up getting disappointed when the anime finally airs. Like, just brace yourself now.
How did they not get spoiled? Like, when that fucking page dropped, right? That was everywhere. Like, you couldn't you trip over it if you went to any fucking website.
I don't know. Maybe she just wasn't paying attention. That's just kind of the person she is. But she did want to know Cecil McFly on here. I don't know if you've ever seen her documentaries. You should check them out. So she wanted to know Pokemon or Digimon?
Digimon clearly would be superior.
Oh.
Is that even a real question?
Controversial.
Yeah.
I think you made the
Digimon's
right
like
choice.
the controversial one. Like Tamers was fucking amazing.
That was a good season.
See, but did you play the video games though? Pokemon or Digimon video games?
I've got. I didn't play like the early PS1 stuff. If that's what you're talking about, but I do have like Cyber Sleuth.
Okay.
Cyber Sleuth is really good.
I don't really know much
I picked
about.
it up because people like were saying like, oh, it's pretty good. It's not bad. So I mean, I wasn't disappointed. I had a good time with it.
Oh, I did want to ask you. This was on our list. So you've talked about very specific PS1 era video games, like from Japan. I've never heard of. Like I grew up on PS2. That was my era. So what is your favorite like early 2000s, 90s PS1 era like video game?
Okay, so I liked Tactics Ogre for the PS1. Xenogears was really good. Vagrant Story. Shit, is that right?
Oh, Vagrant Story was great.
Final Fantasy Tactics I liked until I learned the mechanic that broke the game, and now I can't ever enjoy it again. Like I like the Lunar games, even though they were like ports, I think, from the Saturn.
Did you ever play? Because they have better Lunar ports to the PSP. I don't know if you ever played those, but those were really good.
No, I never got a chance to play like the PSP versions of them.
Yeah,
just mostly just like RPGs and shit. Was what I was really, really into. Legend of Dragoon. I thought was pretty good. A Legend of the Gaia was really good. Yeah, if you ask me this question, I'm just going to sit here rambling off fucking
Parasite
RPGs for an hour.
See, I would enjoy that.
Was good.
I would enjoy it because I love like PS2 era video games, like in PS1 era video games. That's like my
PS2,
favorite.
Yeah, okay. So PS2, fucking the dot hack games, the original quadrilogy or tetralogy, the tetralogy, right? I never understood how they have not brought that back with VR. Like that seems like the entire premise of that fucking game would fit so well with VR, and especially like how you got put into instances and stuff because you had to put in like a specific address with keywords and shit for like randomized dungeons.
Yeah,
I don't know why they dropped that, but that tetralogy or whatever, I really fucking love that. Like I played the first game, then waited for the next one, then waited for the next one. I tried doing that with Xenosaga. We're like, we're going to make 6 games. We're going to make 6 games. They're going to be 80 hours apiece. And it's going to be great. And the first one's like 60 hours long. And then the second one's like 30 hours long. And then the last one, 10 hours long. And they're like, fuck it, we quit.
I think CyberConnect 2 is actually supposed to make an announcement at some point. So they may actually be... Yeah, CyberConnect 2 to announce a new game in February 2022. So, I don't know. Maybe it's the VR dot hack that we've all been waiting for.
Hopefully it's not Naruto again. Holy shit.
It's going to be Naruto. Yeah, of course it's going to be. Yeah. The 80th game in the fucking series with them. Yeah. No, they know where their bread is buttered.
Say GU or the original 4? Which one do you prefer?
I think Jim's a kite bro.
The original 4. The original 4 is the one that I played the most. Like, I mean, I got to the point where, like, there's like a dungeon you can go to after you beat the game, after you go through all 4 games, right? But I could never I always got corrupted. I could never get to the very end of it, and it always pissed me off because I could never figure out what was at the fucking like heart of the dungeon. I still think about that. So that fucking game had an impact. But yeah, no, that was fantastic series. There's a lot of great shit on PS2.
What is your favorite Jap game in general?
Shit. I think
Could be Nintendo. Could be like any Jap game.
I think the one I wanted to import like the most was it Front Mission 5 for PS2? So like Front Mission, I really liked as like a game series. Like 4 came out on PS2, but then like the sequel to that, I'm pretty sure it was 5, was Japanese only. But the problem is like you know, I think Sony at the time was still region locking everything, so I would have had to get a Japanese PS2 to play it, and it's too much shit to go through to play one game.
I see. Oh, you really like mecha games and.
What was it? PS3?
No. Oh shit! Actually, let me double check.
Because like emulation's actually gotten to a good point with PS3 right now.
It says PS2. It was released in 2005, so it would have been like borderline like PS3, PS2 era. So it probably
I'm talking I'm talking like at the time when I wanted to check it out. But I really like that series. Just because I don't know, I like the factions fighting each other in the war and the way it was it just was a good game.
Mm-hmm. Well, do we have any other questions that we have set up, Gator?
Cromartie High School Tokyo Revengers and Delinquent anime. That's a
question?
It's not a question.
Just a statement.
Just a statement.
Did
you watch Cromartie High School and did you enjoy it?
No, I don't think I've seen it. I did watch the entirety of fucking Tokyo Revengers though, and I saw people talking shit about it. It's fantastic. Fuck everybody that has a problem with it.
100% cosign.
Who's talking shit about Tokyo Revengers? I've heard nothing but like.
I saw some people in chat with some hot takes about Tokyo Revengers. I'm telling you, Tokyo Revengers is good shit.
Well, I mean, chat's kind of
has some great merch too. I love the merchandise.
It's got some nice symbolism. I see. I think I get why Jim likes it so much.
They're windmills of friendship and peace. That's what they are.
Yeah. That's why
Cromartie was really good. That's like one of the that's like one of the really good comedy dubs of like the aughts for anime.
That was back when
really
dubs were like actually good.
Yeah.
Like that was probably one of the best anime dubs, especially because the show's a comedy and it's a weird comedy. And the dub does a really good job of like delivering all of it, especially when it has to say weird ass shit with a straight face or like just the reactions of people. And the fact that it was dubbed back then means that like they didn't screw with it, and they kept even some of the jokes that you ain't getting away with these days.
Well,
the one I'm talking about too. I think it's like the first episode.
Like one of the things with like Cromartie that I think was really good was there's that like one joke of that guy who's like on his computer and he's like, oh, this person is saying something I disagree with. I'm gonna write a well thought out response, and the guy just like calls him names, and he gets like really fucking mad at it. And it's just like, oh man, some things really do never change. Holy shit!
That whole segment just aged like fine wine. Especially again, that's another example that dub's great because the way that guy said, like, they don't know how important I am on my homepage. Like the way he delivers all of that is.
Oh god, he was the first Redditor. Oh shit!
Yeah, like he's got the Reddit voice down. Say, I appreciate you trying to help Mr. Satoran, but clearly this person does not understand. Like and the fact that look, a lot of times, let's be real, a lot of times when anime tries to be funny, it's not fucking funny because the things the Japanese think are funny, it's just like, you're not supposed to say that in public. Oh no! Like that.
Well, no, they just like puns. Like the fucking there's so many puns. Like it's.
It doesn't translate well over to English. Or like you have to explain everything why it's funny to them.
Or like that I don't remember what it is, but I think that Boka Sukomi kind of thing where it's like some guy says something goofy and the straight man has to say, "That's not what you do. You don't do that." It's like so much anime comedy. Some guy will like say something dumb, and another person will yell at him like, "Don't say that!" Whatever. Like, so a lot of anime comedy kind of sucks. So, but the fact that Cromartie not only doesn't, but is as funny as it is like something fucking. That's lightning in a bottle, man. That's something special. That show was. If you haven't seen it, you gotta see it. And I say this to everybody watching too. If you haven't seen it. You got.
I have not seen it, so I will check it out.
It's like a shitpost anime.
Yeah,
I'm looking for good stuff. Like if I had a list of like really good shit, I think everybody knows this, but like Legend of the Galactic Heroes, I think is my number one.
Yes, it's fantastic.
Because it's just it blows the fuck out of a lot of the competition when it comes to like how to do a story and shit.
Mm-hmm.
When you're dealing with like intergalactic politics, it still fucking amazes me how good it is.
Yeah.
Mm.
And how relevant it is to today too. Just like, Legend of the Galactic Heroes screen caps like percolate through the internet like all the times. Like, clearly this is a right-wing group, and it's like, obviously this woman is flustered or whatever.
What was that one thing of like what was that line that like applied to the riots and shit? Where it's like if you attack the populace, like where the people live, the leaders do nothing. But if you attack the places of power, the color drains from their faces, something like that. And I remember seeing that screen cap with like contrasted with the riots versus January 6th.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good shit in that. I like how they set it up where there's not a cliche bad guy, right? Because like the whole story is like, which form of government do you want? Do you want like an autocratic dictatorship, or do you want a democracy? And then they go over, what makes that either of them good or bad, right? Like you could have a dictator who's the best decision maker in the world and can fix all your fucking problems, but then 2 or 3 generations down the road, you get an inbred idiot who fucks everything up. Or you can go with democracy and get the guy that's just a used car salesman and gives you bullshit and then fucks everything up, right? And like they set it up so well between those two that you're not like, oh well, obviously this is a good guy and this is a bad guy.
Also, it's always, I thought, kind of funny. The title does not sound like it's that kind of show or book or whatever. Like Legend of the Galactic Heroes sounds like some Flash Gordon type shit. Like it sounds like some cheesy hero is gonna go.
Yeah, you really wouldn't expect like
yeah.
intergalactic fleet formations and shit like that.
Yeah, and
with,
like deep looks into politics and human behavior in a series with a title "Legend of the Galactic Heroes." That sounds like some pulp thing from the '60s.
I just like that they have space Jews. I like that this entire planet of space Jews in Legend of the Galactic Hero is the most fantastic thing to me. Yes, really.
Are they like obsessed with money or something?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh no.
Interfering in intergalactic politics. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yes, it's one planet that just keeps fucking with everybody, and everybody at the end of it figures out it's them. It's
oh no.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is our other questions? I don't have the list, so I have to ask Gator.
Yeah.
By the way, I just found this. By the way, there's apparently like an English patch version of Front Mission 5 for PlayStation 5 for emulators, or PlayStation 2 for emulators.
Yeah, then I checked that out. Yeah, at the time though, that was like the one that I was most interested in. It kind of pissed me off that it never came out over here.
I was going to ask Jim, because I saw him posting about Ronin Warriors. I guess it was Samurai Troopers. Is it the same version that they played on Toonami, or is it like a different dub?
I'm pretty sure it's the same dub. But yeah, like I remember watching that show back in the day too, and I liked that. So I picked that up because I'm a fucking idiot that pays for anime. Apparently, I'm the only one that does, from what I've been told. So
that's true.
To be
that's
fair,
a nice collection.
I mean, to be fair, buying Blu-rays is the best way to support the anime industry. So there's that. I mean, we'll have like Annie.
So there's that. Listen to the dead silence. Thanks, everybody. You're really pulling me through this.
I mean, I'd rather buy like figures wholesale from like Japanese markets or whatever, and just have it shipped here.
You'll have like AniTubers like push like Crunchyroll, like and all that kind of stuff, but Crunchyroll does not support the anime industry as much as like just buying straight up from the Blu-ray.
Crunchyroll goes down like every fucking week. Like if you watch shit on Crunchyroll, it's like, is the site working or not? Is the problem?
Have you seen their offices, Jim? They're like these, like it looks like a little studio, movie studio.
You have no idea. We actually back in the day, back when AO was effing with everybody, pushing buttons and stuff, we actually had a guy on the inside in Crunchyroll, and let me tell you, that place is run. Words cannot do justice how incompetently they are run. They have no IT people, or at least they didn't when we had a guy in. They had no IT people at all.
Well, they also used to like just flat out pirate anime on their site. Like they would just get away with that because it was back when no one gave a shit. But
I'm talking about like after they went legit, even like just a couple years ago. Like if you remember when Crunchyroll got hacked and they had some fake front page that like led into a phishing thing or something. I don't remember what like exactly did. I just remember they got hacked. God. But like they had no IT people because the the initial staff was just a group of friends, and that's it. It was like basically an anime club that got in charge of some shit that they should never have been in charge of. And let me tell you something: they hate you. They hate their customers. I'm telling you.
Well, that's why
right
they made
now.
High Guardian Spice.
Yeah.
They hate everyone.
They
you know?
genuinely,
Oh, God.
I'm not kidding,
Have you-
genuinely hate you. Everybody listening right now, Crunchyroll staff hates you.
Have you seen High Guardian Spice, Jim, by chance? The screenshots or anything?
No.
High Guardian Spice.
I'm familiar with what them trying to roll it out, but no, I've not watched that shit.
I want you to think. I want you to think real quick. I want you to think of Steven Universe, but he's
Steven
more
Universe, just
retarded
like that.
and not on ADHD meds, going around swinging a sword and almost like decapitating a black elf, and then she gets really fucking pissed off that she's almost decapitated by a literal spaz, and then the fucking protagonist who's doing all this reckless shit then gets uppity and mad that like somebody would be mad that somebody almost killed them because they were fucking retard.
It's
In the
it really
first
is like a
episode, it's really good. It's really good.
It's every stereotype of a comic written on Tumblr drawn by a fat girl. It is.
Wasn't
every
this was in
single
the
stereotype.
Cal Art style too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steven
Well,
Universe.
And it's based on a Tumblr webcomic, so
They were
it's an adaptation
promoting
of
it.
one, so.
Well, they were promoting it ever since 2017, right? So this was in production hell for like about 4 years, right? But like the way they promoted it was like, look, guys, we have women that work here. Just women. Look, we have a pink-haired woman, we have a brown woman, but look, it's women, and they really wouldn't tell anything about the story. It's just like, look, we have women here. So
Well, it's to distract you from the fact they're using actual clip art in the backgrounds and forgot to
Yeah.
edit out the watermark, which is true,
Yeah.
by the way.
Also,
It's like-
like the head of it is like part of this fucking union that doesn't actually represent their clients at all. She just like spends all the money that people use for union dues to like throw lavish parties and like wine and shit.
It's
Fucking insane.
It feels like a money laundering scheme. The whole show.
Yeah.
It
See,
really
this
does
is
feel
why
like a
this is
money
why
laundering.
anime is doing better, because Western animation is just filled with people who like fuck around at the office and give
Well,
each
it's
other
made
herpes and shit.
it's made by people that like, well, they were like Tumblr people, and then they met artists that work in LA, and then they go to LA and they draw art for them, and they come up with these kind of ideas. So it's literally just like it's buddy, but also they have like they feel like they have to put like the whole social justice-y
Culture
crap in there.
wars is the takeaway. Culture war bullshit.
Well,
There
that
you
was
go.
what happened with
Break it
Adventure
down.
Time. Like the first season of Adventure Time, like Pendleton Ward like fires his entire staff and then like hires literal just people from Tumblr to do the work for him.
Yeah.
And now like all the Western animation is just like, oh well, this person is friends with this person, so they get their own show, and this guy like gets written up because he jacks off at the office and sleeps there because his wife is pissed off that he cheated on him. We'll give him his own show too. Fuck
Well,
it.
like that first season, well, right after Pendleton Ward left, right, and he let all these Tumblr figs run the place, right? Immediately there was a cuck episode where Finn enjoys getting cucked. Did people like memory hold that episode? Because I remember it, where he allowed Flame Princess to fight his battles for him, and he got off to it. That was like one of the first seasons when Pendleton left. It was so fucking weird. And there was like another episode where like Finn was depressed, so he decided he would like they couldn't show him like sleeping around with women. Instead, they're just like going around kissing girls because he was like, I'm depressed, so I'm just gonna go and kiss whoever. So he literally kisses all the princesses.
I mean, it's kind of going in circles here. The takeaway is, yeah, you think of a stereotype, the West Coast, any kind of like, I don't know, people you make fun of. If you're based in Red Pilled, all the people you hate are working in cartoons, and it's pretty much, you could guess what's going on.
California is like the death of everything, though, isn't it? I mean, once Sony kind of moved their American operations out there, didn't everything start to go to shit for them?
Yeah, well, now they censor everything, especially in like video games, like Japanese video games. They'll censor stuff. Like it's really disgusting. Like they'll allow stuff like The Last of Us 2, where there'll be like a Abby sex scene, but then God forbid you show some anime titties. Like, oh no, we got to censor that shit.
And
how weird is
like,
that?
Nintendo's the
Nintendo.
place. Yeah, exactly.
Right, yeah, like Nintendo's got like the tits. Nintendo doesn't censor as much, and then Sony's the one that's doing it's really bizarre.
Yeah, it's crazy how shit comes full circle. And Sony is today's Nintendo. Meanwhile,
it works for me. The Switch is like $400 cheaper than the PlayStation 5, so I'm okay with this. Fuck it.
It's $400 cheaper, and you've got brown woman with asses over there. So,
how much further do you want to talk to Jim and then start doing a super chat, Skater?
I've just got a couple more questions, and then we can go into super chats and some like audience questions. I had a couple people send me some questions on Twitter. So my anime list says that you dropped Death Note. So are you an L respecter? And do you think this series went to shit after spoilers? By the way, chat, L fucking dies. So is that why you dropped the series?
Well, I dropped the series because I saw the amazing live action adaptation where we all found out that L should be black. And then when I found out that the anime and manga didn't follow that canon, I was like, I can't touch this shit. It's just not diverse enough for me.
We was investigators of shit.
That's right.
So have you ever been
black
to
child named Lebensraum?
That's right. That's right.
No, that's unironically like when they go to find out his identity. That's like on the dossier.
That's
the
hilarious.
most fucking insane.
Oh no, you're
shit.
mispronouncing it. See, they found out his name was actually LeBron.
Ah,
That's what the L stood for.
So
next question is: have you ever been to an anime convention?
No.
Has Jade though?
I'm sorry. Was that too mean? Have you guys been to an anime convention?
Oh yes,
I've been to one.
Yeah, it's fun, but there's a lot of cringe. But the cringe is kind of part of the fun.
But Jade
mostly they get
right?
like good merch and shit.
Yeah.
So you get the good merch, you said?
Yeah, good merch. There's like a lot of that used to be like one of the only places you could get like some Gunpla back in the day before like Amazon started selling it. Sure. And there's also like the Gundam store on like Florida or whatever, but like it's been kind of hard to get like quality merch sometimes.
Well, I can only imagine. Like, I wonder how much the price jack's going to be really bad for like this next season of it. Cons with Corona, because it's like everything's so inflated now, right? So I wonder if it even matters. It'll like plateau or be even more expensive for people like having to come all the way over here. So it might not even be worth it anymore for that. But personally, I just go because I like to cosplay and I like to get drunk and people watch, and that is enough for me.
Oh yeah, there's some quality people watching it at conventions. Holy shit!
Holy shit, yeah.
It's really great to be.
It's fun to kind of go and just geek out.
You brought up the CGL board, right? What was the chick that went to the anime convention who smelled so horrific?
Tuna Chan, I think that's her name.
Tuna Chan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gator, can you pull up a picture of Tuna Chan so we can talk about this for a second?
Yes,
I
will.
I haven't thought about this in what years?
It's been a long fucking time.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. Whenever Gator brings it up, so it's a popular like copy pasta story, but so what it is this girl comes by with so she comes by wearing a stream bikini at a con, which I forget what character she's fucking cosplaying as, but you can see Coochie. You could see all of her Coochie, right? And
well, it wasn't that you could see it. It was another sense that was.
And then you could you
smell it.
You smell her coming before you saw her Coochie. And then,
I don't even know if I can pull this up on YouTube, guys. This is give me just a second.
Bad. They brought up the elevator. The elevator is where it's at, because you're forced to be with this horrendous smell for at least a few minutes. So, yeah.
Well, I heard they talked about that shit. It was so bad that it was talked about for days.
It was talked about for years. Every time
at the time, like word spread that it was that bad. Like people were word of mouth telling each other, beware if you see this coming towards you.
I'm not surprised. Like the gossip scene amongst like cons, especially local cons, is like everyone knows everyone's business. So like all that shit always manages to go out. Like Facebook and CGL were like top gossip sites for people like that. So I imagine she will never be able to live that down. Maybe she learned proper hygiene.
I would hope. I haven't heard about her since, and I would think if she kept it up, she would have been making more stories over the years, and we wouldn't.
Is she even still with us? Because like that was so devastating.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that might have been like a time to take an exit kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
malignant growth.
There you go.
There's one thing There's one thing to walk by like the local weeb and just be like, because he doesn't wear deodorant. But to just know that your vagina is stinky.
Oh, there we go. You got nice censorship.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I just censor the whole thing.
I had to censor it because there's no way I could have shown that on YouTube.
That
just imagine somebody wearing basically
look like
strings.
it's been washed in a month.
I forget what character she's supposed to cosplay as.
Something from Air Gear.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like the skating anime. I couldn't remember.
It's like the one where inline skates are super powered, and it was written by a porn artist, and you can tell.
Look, you'll have people you'll have these fucking he, she pronouns and bios, right? Bitch and complain about ahigao faces, right? Being sold on a t-shirt, but then you'll have bitches like this dressed up in cons.
I think they complain about that.
Well, it really was just like a string. There's nothing. The only thing contacting your skin is the fucking wind at this point. And
yeah,
just walking around,
and the wind is blowing the smell downwind, so that's just making it worse. Probably why you smell her so bad is she's not wearing anything to block that shit.
No, I mean, no, literally, her coochie is out. It's full on. Lips are out, ready to kiss somebody. It's bad.
Negator, smash or pass? What do you think?
Definitely pass. Not blonde or Puerto Rican.
If you had a clothesline for your nose, smash or pass?
I would still pass. I don't know what I'm going to pick up from that.
Yes.
I mean,
if you were blindfolded and your nose was covered, smash or pass?
Maybe smash if you get 10 minutes with the fire hose.
What will it take to smash? Yeah, that's the
10 minutes with a fire hose. Yeah.
Hazmat
okay,
suit,
final offer. Final offer, Gator. Your eyes are blindfolded. You've got a clothespin on your nose, and she only speaks Puerto Rican.
Oh, well, see, now you've won me over.
Now I've won you over.
Oh, poor girl's trying, but she's mid as fuck, and the smell don't help.
Well, I mean, I don't think it matters how attractive you are. If you rape my nose, then just that's a definite no. No matter how hot you are.
Even without the smell, God bless her, she's trying.
She does have a really kind of man face, unfortunately.
Gator, there should be a video of her dancing at the convention up on YouTube.
No.
There's pictures.
Yes.
There's pictures.
Oh, no.
I just pulled it up on Google. Oh no, she's
no.
in a conga line with people, grinding up.
Oh my God!
Oh, Jesus Christ!
No!
God, if she's grinding up on you, that's like when you go to a relative's house.
No, there's dudes grinding up on
house,
her. Holy shit!
Oh God, you have to wash your clothes immediately when you get home.
Oh, that's a smell you can never. It's like getting sprayed with a skunk. You'll have to just bathe in tomato paste.
Oh my God,
it's like when you visit. It's like when you visit a relative and they smoke in the house, and just being in their house sticks that smell on everything that you're wearing. I can only imagine that's what
it just hangs on you. It won't go away.
Yeah, you're driving home and it's in the car.
I wonder what con that was.
Your skin. Yeah.
It was Anime Expo 2010.
Oh, it's in California. Oh, extra stinky in the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God.
Are you trying to find the best way to censor any more pictures to put them up there?
Yeah.
Oh, there's video of it on YouTube. I'm trying to find her dancing.
The problem is, how can you play the video? You know.
Well, I mean, it's on. Yeah, here we go. I found the video. It's at
DM me the link.
5:30 Gator. Yeah, it's at 5:30.
You should be able to spot it just by eye. Look for everybody falling over and vomiting. That's when he actually appeared on the scene.
Oh no!
All right, here we go. This. So you said it's 5:30.
5:30 is when she starts up. Yep.
All right, there we go.
Oh no!
Let's pull this up. Yeah, look at this shit.
The pause screen is fantastic already.
Yeah, I already love this video. This is fantastic.
It's just perfect. It's everything about it's great.
Oh no!
Now remember, Susan, this is on YouTube.
Oh, this skinny Asian dude. Oh God! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my God! No! Oh no!
Yeah. Yeah.
with the orange shirt. He was into it until smell hit him.
Oh, she's taking it off.
Oh God.
Add to the smell.
God,
The longer this video goes, the more worried I
don't
get.
like these people.
Okay, bro, why are you behind her?
Oh God, pure cringe.
I miss pure cringe era internet. That's the one thing I'll never forget Leafy is here for taking away from me. People think that's the biggest sin against God is to be cringe, but come on. It's great. It's just a good on time watching like a bunch of weebs get into like a weird orgy dance thing and one of them smells really fucking bad.
That video of I can't remember what convention it was, but the chick wouldn't stop meowing.
Oh
You
yeah,
ever seen
no,
that video?
she's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It just like I was like, God, if I was there, I'd hit her. I'd hit her so hard.
Or like the anime club where they just dance the Hara Hara Yukai. That one's great too.
Oh God, there's so many good videos of like.
Let's not forget the crowning jewel of internet cringe, Foam Adventure.
Oh,
good.
man.
That was a good one.
That one was.
What was the convention that? The Garugamesh one. I love that fucking commercial.
Oh, that fucking ad, yeah.
Sakura-con.
Yeah, Sakura.
Kind of bringing it back. Kind of bringing it back. Remember, Vic Mignogna was in that ad.
Was he?
Was he?
He did the voiceover at the end. Like, come to Sakura-con. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Let me see if I
Nick
can
Vic's
find that
such a
one.
nice guy that he thought he was adding to the community and, supporting everybody. So
Let's see. That was
Yeah,
the.
I miss-
He was
Sakura-con
involved in
ad.
that cancer. Monokuro was in the right. Fuck it. Oh,
Oh yeah, here's the.
Can't for that.
Here it is. Here it is. Hold on, let me pull this up here.
Which one did you find? The Garugamesh or the
Garugamesh.
meowing?
Oh, boy.
Love sushi.
I love Japan, period.
The tea ceremonies. J-Rock. Yeah.
Garugamesh!
Oh, yeah. I love anime. And manga.
this is the most down-to-earth acting I've ever seen.
they're having a fun time.
Don't just talk about it. Check out Sakura.
Oh, yeah, that is
April
him.
10 through
Fuck.
12. Check sakuracon.org for all the details.
That was
I
written
love
by, like,
anime.
manga.
Look,
That was
this is
written by,
peak.
like a 50-year-old man who's
No, that was
daughter's
written
in
by
anime.
like a guy who knew what he was doing. That's entirely how they acted on IRL. That is
Dude.
1000% them.
I miss early 2000s cringe, okay? That's great,
Yeah.
okay? I love it. I love it. And I love like watching the guys like who reenact the Kingdom Hearts scene that play with the like squishy things, like the little sword fights in the mall. Have you guys seen that? They
No,
reenact
actually.
they
That's the
reenact
weeb-
Kingdom Hearts in the parking lot. Oh, it's great.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, it's the weeb version of Matrix home videos.
It's great.
Oh no.
You should pull it up, Gator.
I'll see if I can
So-
find that one.
It'd be easy. Just type in like Kingdom Hearts like mall parking lot or something. So you guys know how cringy Kingdom Hearts line is, right? Well, imagine two nerds in trip pants
Yeah.
dancing around in the parking lot.
Jinko jeans and shit.
Yeah.
With
was
a
it
fucking
Kingdom
foam
Hearts
keyblade or paper
parking
mache
lot?
keyblade.
Yeah, type like parking lot, mall, right? Like Oni plays, they bring this up all the time where they talk about. So it's
Here, I'll pull it up here on screen. Is this what you're talking about right here?
yes, yes.
This is it?
yes.
Okay, I'll play this then.
Sora. Roxas!
Oh no.
What'd you do with
I have the high ground.
She's part of the darkness now. She doesn't need the light. You're
Oh.
Stuck the landing.
Are they using umbrellas? What are they fighting?
No,
with?
it's boppers. The things used as swords in LARP.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
that's
put
spin
like
kick. Somebody studied the martial arts.
Look at their pants. Look how they're dressed.
it's a foam noodle with PVC pipe through it.
Imagine you're the cart pusher and you see this shit when you're going out to fucking collect it.
I've got the power of God and anime on my side.
Oh, I wonder if that UPS driver's gonna just back up right over him.
Send them to another world.
They're saying
Time to get
Hey,
Kingdom
at
Hearts
least these
verbatim,
meth addicts
though.
aren't gonna knife you.
Gotta take a break to catch my breath and remember my lines. Okay, here we go.
Oh, it's dual wielding.
Here.
This is so good.
Why would you film
I can't kill you. You're part of me.
Oh no! Oh no!
What's the hoodie?
Oh my god, how old are they? Are they in their 20s? Please tell me.
They had to be teenagers. I don't know, man. But
Like
no, you
16
missed
or
out the
something.
best part, Gator. And we were talking over it, but there's like whenever he's holding like the two swords right before it, he's like, "Don't hit the camera, bro." Like when he's like lifting up the two, like right before. Yeah.
Oh,
listen
look
up.
at the Naruto run. Oh, and the spin. Everything is
He's-
perfect.
He says, "Don't hit the camera, bro."
It's like, don't hit the camera, man. Come on. Like fucking Mark Wahlberg behind the camera.
See, this is the cringe that we've lost.
Love the scream.
I can't
Sound
kill you. You're
effect.
part
Sound
of me.
effect.
I didn't put that on my soundboard. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that is some good shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna find this footage interspersed with like prep videos for a school shooting. Like, it's
Along with Randy Stair.
Holy shit! Do you think this guy's coworkers know about this? Do you think they send it to him to fuck with him just randomly throughout the week, every once in a while?
I don't
God,
know.
I hope
like
so.
It went. It got like millions of views again, like because of like OD plays. They brought it up again, so it's a gold one. It's been around for forever, but every
Yeah.
so often it will get like a shit ton of attention.
Holy shit! I've never seen that one before.
It's
That
like
was
one of the
fantastic.
ancient. It's one of the ancient cringe videos. It's great.
It's great. Yeah. All right. So-
You just gotta wonder, like, why? Because that's the kind of like when I see shit like that, that makes it like I don't know, extra funny, extra interesting. Like, why did they film that? Why did they post it?
What was the date on that? That had to be like that couldn't
It's
be
like
that is, like,
2010.
what? Yeah,
it had to
yeah,
be
yeah.
like right at the height of Kingdom Hearts 2 on
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Well, I mean, it had to
2.
be before like social media got really big because they'd be way too
Yeah.
embarrassed to post that with the way Twitter and Facebook and shit are now.
It was
I mean,
uploaded
I-
December 29th, 2010.
I don't know, man, but like that's just
Wow.
like what that old internet used to be like. Whenever when I was younger, when I was 13, I first like got interested in cosplay. I would like look at people like cosplay videos. I'm like, oh, that's super cool. So that's just like what people used to do. They used to just do cringy shit like that, like
That's
cosplay and
not
cosplay.
cosplay. That's just two dudes.
I mean,
playing
still,
Yeah, that's so much like the Have you ever seen the Mortal Kombat version of that?
no.
No.
Oh, holy shit! Let me see if I can find the name of it. It's the same time period too. Maybe 2010s. There's some kind of like medic thing going on where people are retarded. I don't know. Just try Mortal Kombat nerd fight. That should bring it up.
Two gay
usually
nerds
does.
fighting.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Can I find this? Guy, I can't think of the name now. Now I'm getting nothing but fucking Mortal Kombat movie clips. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine it's probably hard to find now.
It's this super fat dude who gets out of breath, and another guy in a fedora doing Mortal Kombat fighting at the slowest speed possible with roundhouse kicks, and it's like 10 minutes long. It's
Oh shit! I think I know what you're talking about. Is it set to like the song from the movie?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
I know what you're talking about now. Oh, I think it's probably gonna be hard to find though, because you're gonna get like corporate boosted results.
I know that's what kills me here. Let me see if I can.
Yeah.
Oh, what would the keywords be? How about Mortal Kombat virgins?
Mortal Kombat versions isn't that just most people that play Mortal Kombat?
No, fighting games are for men, dude.
Yeah. For...
I don't. Well, men that like a certain type of women. From what I've seen,
It depends on the fighting game.
I guess it's just Smash
nowadays,
in
I
Like
particular.
Mortal,
Have you-
if it's Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, King of Fighters, then they're just like normal dudes. If it's Smash Brothers,
If it's
that's where
Smash
you've got
Brothers,
the
then they're
problem.
pedophiles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been keeping up with that, Jim? I think you have, right? The weird like Me Too movement, and, like the all that shit with the Smash community specifically.
Well, okay, so there have been so many incidents of this. Like you're gonna have to narrow it down. Like,
I mean,
wasn't
just in
there
general.
this? Well, yeah, but wasn't there like a whole thing with like Sky Williams' house where there was a bunch of fucking accusations about a couple there, and some chick was underage?
Yeah.
You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it turns out later that like Sky was actually kind of innocent on all that shit. Just had like the fucking retarded idea
I'm not
that like
saying that Sky was responsible. I just the story that I remember was
it
that
was basically shit was going on in
Jeff.
his house, like the house that he was like letting people stay in. I guess he was a landlord of this place, and
well, it's like they have like a bunch of autistic, immature people that would like that. So the Smash community, I know for a fact when you're playing a children's video game, right, and you're around children in your whole life, and you're just autistic nerd that you're not very popular, and then you get really popular in this specific community. Well, most of the people who hang around with are still like teenagers, right? Most of the time. So there was a lot of dating going on, right? Where it'd be like people that turned 18, 19 would date like people that are 15, 16.
Oh no, there was like a 28-year-old girl that was like grooming a 14-year-old boy. There's like real fucking heinous shit in that leagues. And like this also like Evo had like a really rough year that year too, because the president of Evo.
Yeah, you could say that again.
Yeah. Oh well, I know the president of Evo like got kicked out because he was having dudes do like naked jumping jacks for like favors. It's like,
what was his name again? Wasn't it like Mr. Wizard?
Mr. Wiz. Yeah, Mr. Wiz. Yep. And like,
it was like her age boy. She was like 16, 15, I think.
And the funniest shit about that is that this all happened because Low Tier God got banned from Evo. So Low Tier God,
fuck with him. Yeah, right.
Low Tier God gets into a match with Cyril Blast, who is a transgendered like fighting game person, and Low Tier God goes into like a tirade. It's like, you ain't a real tranny, you ain't got your dick snipped or anything like that. He gets banned, but like Low Tier God doesn't like go to tournaments. So then he's like, okay, we'll play that game. He posts a video of Cyril Blast like just dropping the hard R on stream multiple times because the fighting game community is very diverse and multiple passes get passed out to the point where like you've got like verified check marks on Twitter dropping it and everyone's like panicking. And this dude who's had this fucking grudge against Mr. Wizard for the past like 5 years because of this shit. He's like, he's known about this. He's been hinting at it. He didn't like have the perfect time to do it. He's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to drop it now. Like everyone's at each other's throats. Let's direct that anger towards a valid target. Just the most wild shit.
The FGC is fucked. It's just a bunch of it's little like girls basically trying to snipe at each other on social media. No one settles it in the game anymore.
Oh, but it's the best. No, that's the best part though. Like when they like
that's what makes it entertaining.
Yeah, like the shit talking aspect of the FGC is like the best part about it. That's
but they can't do that anymore because like now tournaments have to be a safe, inviting space.
Yeah.
So anybody that makes it, if you talk too much trash, you have to talk friendly trash. You can't. No. You can't be like,
still go to your locals.
So
locals still have good shit talking.
It's so funny though. The girl that was like literally like molesting this 13-year-old boy, right? She was a proud social justice warrior type person. So she'd be like retweeting like Black Lives Matter. And
she and her boyfriend accused the boy that she groomed of being a misogynist. Yeah.
Wow.
And I think they also said racist. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. That's a very interesting defense.
Oh, apparently Susan wasn't very happy. We're now 18 plus for Tuna Melt Chan.
Oh.
You have to be very particular about what images you pick off of Google because their AI can actually pick up like if it's censored porn, right? And you can actually run it through a filter through with your thumbnails. I forget what the actual name is.
That's funny. That's funny if it popped me for the censored image, but it didn't pop me for her dancing around with her vagina practically hanging out.
Yeah.
That would be okay because that's been on YouTube forever. That dancing video has been up like 10 years.
No, people get fucked for stuff that's already on YouTube. Like I got fucked for like vaguely showing some video of this like Russian IRL streamer who like locked his girlfriend out in the cold and she died.
Oh, the chick that died, yeah.
And he brings her fucking corpse out on stream for like 2 hours. That video was up for like 48 hours, but I got fucked for that.
Didn't he like try to? Am I misremembering this? But didn't he like try to puppeteer her, like lift her arms up, like, "Oh, you're okay, sweetheart"?
Yeah, he tried pretty hard. fucking Russian IRL streamers are on another whole level, dude. Holy fuck!
You don't fuck with Russians, man.
Yeah, IRL live streaming is just the best.
Yeah, it's the best decision, isn't it? Like that's
no, it's not the best decision. It's just the best content.
Yeah.
God bless the sacrifice of the retarded few that choose to go out on IRL live stream.
Yeah, there was a teenage Russian couple too that they live streamed their last stand against the police. Like it was like a Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing where they both had guns and shit. It didn't turn out too well for them.
Yeah, no.
Once I don't think I ever saw the video, but I don't know if the video's out there, how easily accessible it is.
The video's out there. The video out there.
It's like out there, but like, how hard is it to find? Is what I'm saying. Like I haven't even heard anybody talk about it.
You should swing by YouTube and look under the child section. I think it's in the kids video section on YouTube.
We'll get some Elsa pregnant shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the results of the generation raised on that shit. Fond childhood memories of creepy men in Joker masks.
Well, it's funny because it's the same generation. Well, because they grew up on watching Elsa pregnancy videos, and then they went to school right after that, right? Because that's like about a 2-year time gap between Corona and that Elsa gate. So now they're in isolation where they can't interact with other children and learn about faces and interaction and that kind of social engineering that's implemented us at a young age. So yeah.
So what you're telling me is we have a generation that's going to dress up like Elsa and Spider-Man, and they're going to think that's a relationship.
And we're going to have like socially engineered autism. That's what we're going to have.
Like I said before, they're going to, because you got a problem with people today where they can't stop rebelling against their parents, even in their 40s and 50s. And that's why we deal with a lot of shit we deal with now is these people had strict Christian right-wing parents and they're in their fucking 60s. Like, take that, Dad, when Dad's been dead for 40 years. But like, you're going to have that in the other, like the pendulum's going to swing the other way on that. So when this generation grows up and they get control of, whatever they get control of and take whatever media becomes or whatever, because it's not going to be TV, but they're going to swing so hard in the other way. It's going to get to the point where we're going to get sick of everything being made to offend people, because that's what it's going to be, because everyone's going to be still warring with their left-wing parents in their head into their 50s and 60s. And it's just going to be like, decades of like everything being try-hard, edgy, offensive. I guarantee it.
There's going to be that little sweet spot in there where all of the lefties are offended as fuck, and we're just having the greatest time of our lives, just laughing as they get mad.
Yeah, and then just enjoy while we have it, because like I said, the pendulum's going to swing the other way. It's going to get old. It's going to be fun at first, and then it's going to get old, and we're in like years of like everything's just slurs in the title. It's like,
oh God, it sounds like heaven. God. Please let that happen now.
I'm telling you, it's what's going to happen. I'll put money on it, because this is a dance we've seen dance for decades and decades. It's just going to happen again.
Oh,
they're trying so hard to tell kids what to think, but all it's going to do is just make them snap back. Same thing that happened with all the Christian parents taking their kids to church every day, and they got mad and they became edgy atheists because they're mad they had to get up early every week. It's going to be the same shit. It's just going to be harder. Like it's going to snap back hard, and it's going to be great. Like I said, it's going to be great at first, and then after a while, it's going to be like, all right, we've been doing this for 30 years. Can we move on? No, we can't.
So, were there any other Twitter questions, Gator?
Yep, I've got a couple here. Let's see. This one is from Sick Guy on Twitter. He said, "Have you watched G Gundam, Jim? And if so, what do you think of it?" I think we kind of covered this a little bit.
Yeah, we kind of covered it. I'm working my way through Wing right now. That'll probably be the next one.
Double O was pretty good too.
Yeah, Double O's awesome. I'm a fan of Zeta as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of good.
Zeta's really good.
Yeah. So yeah, this is Jay Dryas on Twitter. He says, "I know the Boomer Groomer only watches OSW, but ask what anime YouTubers does he watch? Also ask if he has read Berserk's latest chapter."
Oh no, Anti-tubers. Oh no.
Oh Lord.
Oh God.
Have I read Berserk's latest chapter? No, I haven't read Berserk's latest chapter. Like, the chapter the chapter he put out and then made not canon kind of fucked the story up for me.
Yeah.
Because you can't unsee that, right? It's like your explanation of the universe and what the fuck is going on. As far as you were asking me who I watch on YouTube,
Anime YouTubers specifically. I didn't think that you watch really any anime YouTubers.
Any anime personalities or taste setters
let me
that you
pull
like?
up let me pull up my subscriptions and I'll see if any name pops out. I watch a lot of crime shit, to be honest with you.
True crime?
Oh, the shit that's been going on with JCS is fucked up.
Dude, yeah.
I mean, hell, if that pushes JCS to alternate video platforms, that's going to blow whatever he moves to up. Like, huge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the criminal psychology videos are really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good shit. But to what you said about the Berserk thing, that chapter is canon. He just removed it from volumes because he thought it gave away too much all at once. Like, he didn't remove that from the story. He just thought that was too much of an info dump.
Well, yeah, it was. Like, it was like the mystery pulled the curtain back.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking through. I'm not really seeing it. It's mostly like true crime shit.
Well, I think that
stuff, that kind of stuff.
I think that anime YouTube is more it's more appealing towards like the younger generation, like Gen Z, Zoomers. So
that
like,
old man. Of course you're not watching.
and this is me applied too. Okay, so
I don't think it's so much the younger generation. I think anime YouTube people that are way too into anime. So when they're not watching anime, they need to watch people talk about anime.
That's true. Well, I think that's
watching that. They need to listen to music from anime. Like their life is just anime. They're basically the people in that Garuga Mesh video. That's it.
Well, like
that's our
I
chief
think
like clientele. What are you talking about?
I think it's it's that, but well, it comes in waves because any tubers definitely know it's like, oh, I'm vlogging Japan, like they're vloggers, like stuff like Mr. Beast, like it comes in trends. But also, I think like a lot of Zoomers get their anime content just from like using TikTok, like they get that recommendation through them too. So I think it's for a certain demographic of people that if you've already watched a bunch of anime, you're well diverse in it, it's probably not going to be super appealing to you, like seeing some guy review.
Mostly what I do is I'll sit on like what is it, like Manga Kakalot or Manga Dex or whatever, and I'll just read shit, or I'll just watch it. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm consuming it rather than I guess going through the filter of somebody else consuming it for me.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's kind of like the people who watch like Your Movie Sucks. Like they watch somebody who watches bad movies. So they don't have to watch bad movies. They'd rather watch like a review of it or something, or someone like thoroughly explaining like Evangelion to them because they don't understand the deep meaning of Evangelion. So they watch somebody explain it to them to the millionth time.
And a lot of it is also like people that want to hear someone take their obsession seriously. So it's like, I'm super into anime. I need to have someone else.
Oh yeah, I'm not
level of anime that I'm into.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not dumping on anti-tubers. I just when it comes to me personally, I just read the shit and watch it myself. Is all.
Yeah, there's no point to really watching them. So you're good.
Yeah, they're literally the worst. Like there's this one guy named Mother's Basement who I
wait. We are on a podcast called Anime Boomers right now, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
You're all shitting on those fucking guys.
We're also terrible. We're also terrible. We have garbage taste, shit taste.
Well, at the very least, we're not doing some essay on deep meanings of Shield Hero and why the goblins and Goblin Slayer actually mean Jews
are Jewish or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it's there's like some certain level of autism, like with AniTube specifically, that is it's out there. Like there's this guy named Mother's Basement who went frame by frame to Goblin Slayer, the first episode of a rape scene, and actually tried to explain why you're supposed to feel sexually aroused by watching the goblins rape the girl.
Like I didn't get that from the anime, but like I'll just say this: like the guy who does the manga and illustrations for Goblin Slayer, he's like really good at drawing like attractive women, and it does add to like a grotesque factor to it, I guess.
But he said that you're supposed to get horny.
No, I'm just saying it was like it's uncomfortable.
But that's not what Mother Basement was like arguing. He was saying it was supposed to make you horny. So he went frame by frame by frame explaining why you're supposed to get horny through the rape scene. And it was like, and this was all because he was like saying how Goblin Slayer was problematic because it had a rape scene and we can't have anything.
I would have just argued that a rape scene was just for world building, so you understand what's going on in the universe.
Why these goblins need to have their brains bashed in.
Once again, you're getting distracted by culture war shit, and you're burying the fucking lead here. The funny part of that video, which was this guy makes a serious fucking case of why the goblins are supposed to represent Jews.
Yeah,
Was
there
it
was
them?
some people
The
that like
goblins are Jews.
tried to say it was anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
Was it them or pedantic
I never got
romantic?
the feeling. I never got the feeling that the goblins were Jews. I don't know where you pulled that one from.
It was either him or Mother's Basement or pedantic romantic. So, but they'll do the whole, like, some of them will also do like the whole Lindsay Ellis shit where they'll like be like, they'll try to look at things, like frame things in like a very like progressive manner when it's about fucking anime. Like it's like super autism over there. I mean, I know it's pretty autistic over here, but like they try to like frame things like more problematic and more like
the
They're trying to be
Neuralities
smart boys.
video.
yeah.
Yeah, they're just trying to be smart boys. Like I'm not a nerd. I am examining cultural impact of entertainment.
It's people that
media.
try to be like psychology majors, but they failed, so they become fucking anti-tubers. Like it's that kind of demographic of people.
What is
So-
the true meaning of?
Yeah, I'm just going over the list right now. Like, so, how burned down is Gator's channel going to be? So we had Smelly Vaginas. Talks about Jews, apparently.
An anime about
Don't
people
forget the space
killing
ones.
stand-ins for them.
Oh,
yeah.
all the rape.
Killing and rape. Yep.
Yeah, rape.
We're really hitting the fucking high points here.
I'm gonna have to buy
pedophiles, groomers. Yeah,
I have to buy a lot of Franzia to fix this one, guys. Oh boy.
That's going to cost a lot.
All those super chats, which I'm going to start reading right now.
Susan's worth it. Susan's worth it.
She's a good gal. She loves us here.
Classy lady. Classy lady.
Oh, are we hitting the super chats now? Let's hear those super chats.
See, Decaf Geek for $9.99 says, Jim, Voltron, Robotech, Star Blazers. Cheers from another anime boomer, guys.
Again, is that a statement or a question?
That's a list of shows.
I guess what do you think of Robotech?
Robotech's good. Voltron's good. What was the other one? Star Blazers?
Star Blazers, yeah.
I'm drawing a blank on that. Let me look this up.
I think that was Space Battleship Yamato. I think that's the English title for it.
Ah.
Well, that's one of the ones they hotwired into being Robotech. Like Robotech's like 3 shows.
Oh
Yeah.
yep. You're right, Gator. Yep. Yeah, all good choices. Or you asked me to pick one? Is that what he wants?
I guess. I
He's
don't know.
just recommending them. I don't know.
Validate his tastes.
I'd go with
Senpai, tell me how you feel about my taste. I need you to validate them, please.
I'd go with Robotech. They're all good though. They're all good.
All right. Ozymandias for 5 says, thanks, Jim, for recommending Legend of the Galactic Heroes during your anime stream. It was one of the best pieces of media I've seen, anime or other.
Yeah, it's fucking great. I'm telling you, the original run of that shit is some of the best anime you'll ever watch. I know it can be a bit dry. You know, it's space politics at its heart, but it's really fucking good for all, 120 episodes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Brian Tracer for 5 says, I super chatted your stream on Ricada Law. You're welcome. Love you, Jim.
Oh,
I hope it was during the 100,000
for the ad revenue.
Yeah, clearly, Jim got that money, of course. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fujo
That's what
for
the report
$9.99 says, I wish I knew what half y'all are speaking about. My anime history is Cowboy Bebop and Detective Conan. Outside of that, I don't know nothing. Also, shout out to Spooky for giving me a Trigun shirt.
Oh yeah, hey, that's Fuzo. Yeah, so I was getting rid of a bunch of anime crap that I had because I was moving, and I gave Fuzo like a Trigon shirt, and Flamenco, I was trying to give him all these figures, these JoJo figures, and it got lost in the mail.
Yep, rip.
Yeah, so rip.
The
but
Josuke
yeah.
figure was pretty good, so that's a shame.
Yeah, yeah, but I
mean,
appreciate it.
If the mail went through L.A., we could probably understand why it got lost.
Well, this was like a year and a half ago too.
Yeah, this is a while ago.
Yeah.
You say that like it ain't been going on since then.
Well, I mean, it's also like that was during the Corona peak too, so take that in mind.
All the more reason.
All right. T-Don Uraj for 50 says, which anime/manga series is the best, and why is it Vampire Hunter D?
Well, it's not Vampire. Again, it's Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Let's all be honest here. It's that is the best shit that's ever been made. Nobody will convince
Hunter
me otherwise.
Hunter.
Are you fucking with me?
No, yeah, I think Hunter Hunter's the best.
Oh, did something fall on your head when we were talking about?
No, I think that's probably like the epitome of manga, except for like a few other ones, but like I would definitely put Hunter Hunter as like the top one.
I feel
It's
like
just
we're
never gonna
getting
get
poed, boys.
finished, but you know what are you gonna do?
I feel like we're getting poed here, boys. I don't know.
No, I legitimately think Hunter x Hunter is like one of the best shonen series of all time.
All right, then moving on. Dirty Dan for 20 says.
Silence.
Dirty Dan. Dirty Dan for 20 says, don't forget that Rial and Marky did a podcast about the case earlier this month. Did they really?
Wow.
Oh.
No one, I didn't know about it. Yeah. So no one watched
Why do you think you didn't know about it?
Don't watch it. Yeah, don't support them.
No one's listening to that shit.
All right, this is
their
Nephilim.
Their careers basically exist because they have friends in the industry. They're fan-wise, they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Nephilim for 199 says, discuss AMC High Dive buyout. Will this counter Funimation?
Oh, High Dive is really good.
I don't know if it's going to counter Funimation. I think these companies got their niches. I don't think they're going anywhere.
Well, High
Funimation
Dive
just has so much of a market share in the anime industry. Like, even if a big company buys some other distributor, that's still just like a little branch on their tree, as opposed to Funimation, where that is the tree. So,
Okay,
Well-
I'm just looking at this. So AMC bought Sentai Filmworks and High Dive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High Dive is like an internet broadcast thing that has like a bunch of 80s and 90s anime. I think the newest thing that I saw on their programming was like Street Fighter 2 the movie or something.
that's some good shit. That's like the
Yeah,
one
pretty
good
good.
fighting game movie, period, or the one good fighting game adaptation, really.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it could be like Crunchyroll is like, I mean, number one, it's kind of when it comes to streaming, right? Because that's just what normies use. It's just Crunchyroll. So I guess it depends on like how they're going to appeal to like the Nori market and what they have as opposed to Crunchyroll. Because I mean that. So it just like, how are you going to get normies to come over to High Dive? Like, how are you going to promote it? Like, what's going to be so appealing that's so different that's going to knock Crunchyroll off the the top of the mountain? So that's
Well, they could start by having their service work.
Yeah, literally
Probably
any
be-
service that has a functioning interface could probably dethrone Crunchyroll. Yeah.
well, they can make it. They
Could
could
you do a
make
little
it cheaper.
tongue there?
I mean, like Gundam Official uploads like fucking just all sorts of free shit on their YouTube channel of like past Gundam series or whatever, and they do like fucking amazing. So
Do they?
I don't
Pretty
know.
good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they put G Gundam for free up on YouTube, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Wing and Zeta and just all sorts of shit. Yeah.
So see that you didn't have to buy the like what $120 Blu-ray edition of Gundam Wing. You could have just watched it for free.
Well, this is in standard def though too. So
That's true. Yeah.
That's how they get you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Celius for 5 says, have you guys heard of Shamo? It's like if Hajime no Ippo, but the main character learns fighting while in prison for murdering his parents. I haven't actually heard of that.
Oh, that
Oh,
sounds
I've
really
heard
good.
of that. Yeah, it's apparently it's really fucking depressing, like super depressing. I've
I've
known people
never
that
heard
read
of
it.
that, but I'm gonna fucking read the shit out of it now.
Yeah,
Anything that you say is Hajime no Ippo, like yeah, fucking
Yeah,
great.
it's super depressing for what I've been told. Like super depressing, and apparently the manga is phenomenal for it. So I think it's just a manga, right? Maybe it's an anime. Oh, I've heard that manga is phenomenal for it, but yeah, depress hole.
All right, Goat Balloon for 5 says, best o' the best, Shin Sakai Yori, Kaiji, Akagi, Gantz, Paranoia Agent, Inuyashiki, Elfin Lead, Monster, and Death Note.
What?
A handful of those are good. Some of them I would argue, but
Are
there's some good
they
ones
just
in that list.
listing off their favorites? So we
I
can
think I
talk
just
about
like
it?
I had a stroke with that many moon runes. What the fuck did you just like?
I think they were listing off their favorites or their recommendations to watch.
Again, it's just validate them, Daddy Jim. Tell them they have
Jim
good
Kai?
Kaji was really good. Kaji was really good.
They're all fantastic. That's the best collection of anime listed I've ever heard.
All right, Ocean
There you
Redux for
go.
15 says, Spooky Weeb Trash, stop spoiling Jim. Also, Gator, this is my first super chat. Well, thank you very much for that. Says, Jim, please read Shut Hell. It's a reverse isekai, and also Flamenco is a pup in a cup.
Okay, let's see. Shut Hell is the name of it.
That's what they said. Shut Hell. Never heard of it.
Just writing them down. I will literally read all of these. I've read through so much shit; it's all blended together into one fucking giant story that I can't sort out anymore. So more characters for it.
I see a chick with a giant chick, actually, eagle riding some like kid in a cloak, and there's like demon looking shit. Okay, it seems pretty interesting. Shut hell. I'm gonna write that down too. I'm gonna read that too. Let's see. Next one is.
I'm just opening these all up in tabs. I'm gonna read them after the stream. So.
All right, Ocean Redux again 4-5 says, watch Ghost Stories dub. The cast failed and the responsibility was given to the English cast, and we ended up with Hortlers, no cap.
Yeah, well, I think everybody's seen that at this point, right? Like that's infamous at this point. Yeah.
And now a lot of the staff that worked on it is spending their time trying to atone for the dirty jokes they told on that.
Big Vignata was on there.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
All right, next one is from Crusader Saracen for 5 says, listen to Cody, don't give money to people who hate you. By the way, how is Cloud Scratchers coming along?
Book is finished. Just working on the the backer rewards. So I'm currently, as we've been recording, drawing art for the stickers. Then I got to do bookmarks, and we're doing the figurines and plushes, and yeah. So we're gonna be closing the Indiegogo soon because once we start printing, we're not taking any more orders. So yeah, if you're interested, now's the time.
All right, now we get into the fun. Now we get into the fun super chats. Smearmoff Bergman for 5 says, "Pussy hooks."
Everybody loves pussy hooks.
Pussy hooks. Scroats McGoats for 5 says, Jack Murphy would have been here, but he's at the hospital getting a Sharpie removed from his colon.
That's very true. I'm sure there's a lot of things up there.
Expert Spectre for 2 says, hey, Ethan Ralph, it's me, Metokur.
How you doing?
Oh, it's that time again. All right.
Yes, it's that time again. Yeah.
It's always pill o'clock time.
I'm never ever gonna forget that moment. Never ever, as long as I live.
Oh. It's just maracas, right? You're just shaking some maracas in the background.
Shaking some maracas, drinking some tequila.
Yeah, it's a maracas.
Shake menorah.
Work it all the time. Polyfrog64 for 5 says, Jim, any thoughts on the beef between Ralph and Adam Worski? Ralph was tweeting Knoxville 2.0 at him. Who would win the fight, Ralph or Worski?
Okay. Well, I am familiar with this happening recently because Flamenco did a stream with Andy Worski, didn't you?
Yeah. Andy popped on for like 30 minutes and yeah.
And lit Ralph on fire, would you say?
Yeah. He completely fucking tossed Ralph under the bus. And he said that he will fight out Ralph, but Ralph has to pony up $25,000 for the prize pool.
Yeah, that's it's a lot of cash. But he did say PPP would fight for free.
And that is true. The People's Champion, PPP.
Now, Gator, what's your take on this? I'm more interested in that since we have such an uncomfortable question. What is your thought on the beef between Ethan, Ralph, and Andy Worski?
In general, I think beef between all these people is completely unnecessary. And it's unfortunate that it's like people that I both like and respect that always are at each other's throats. I'm just going to stay out of this one and let them have fun with each other.
Listen to how diplomatic he is.
Well, you kind of have to be
because if you're being held hostage right now.
Thank God I'm not, but you have to kind of be diplomatic with like gay internet beefs because it's like every other week something like two people that you're friends with like fucking hate each other. So you just kind of have to be like, man, so how about that weather? How about that sports team? You know, how are stocks doing today? Yeah, how's that anime?
Yeah, talk about anime. Yep, there you go.
That's the secret. That's the secret. Is I just fucking talk about anime and just pretend that the house isn't burning down.
This is fine.
Yeah, literally. It's like, oh, this is fine. All right, this one's actually there was a Twitter question and a super chat from basically about this. Is Base Dio 45 says, can you ask Jim if he ever watched the David Stay movie? It was called Sphere of the Lycanthrope.
Stay sent me a copy of that. But I didn't actually get a chance to watch it. I liked David Stay, and then he started doing his own streams and stuff. But then I had my own shit kind of come up, so I kind of lost track of what he's been up to. I think YouTube fucked with him for a while, so he moved over to DLive, and then I think he came back over to YouTube. I'm not sure what David's been up to lately, but as far as like the movie, I haven't had a chance to watch it.
All right, now Photon streams were cozy. Do you plan on doing streams like that again with Odyssey, Cozy TV, or any of the other alternatives?
I don't know how well Cozy TV is going to do. I think, was it Right Wing Watch started fucking putting them in their sites?
Like yesterday,
They started. Yesterday they had a bunch of stuff up about it, talking about it, and I read through like the replies, and a lot of them were like, "Who's their host? Where do we find them?" That kind of shit. So I think they're gunning for it now.
Do you have any plans on having David stay back on stream in the future?
I'm not opposed to it, but like I don't have any plans for like any streams in the short term. No, I don't have any plans for anything. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
The JCO for 5 says, "Hey Gator, could you please clear up the cuck article you wrote?" Yeah, I wrote it under the pen name Jack Murphy. You could just Google. Okay. You could just Google all of that.
Hey now.
See, now he's gonna take my YouTube and Twitter down. See, Polyfrog64 for 2 says, "Gator, please say Ethan Ralph, it's me, Gator." There you go, buddy. Polyfrog64 2 says, "This stream is a Memphis 10 of 10. There you go. Godwinson for £100 says, "Gator, tonight you're getting paid." Well, I did definitely get paid.
Yeah, you got that money.
Truer words have never been spoken. Let's see. Polyfrog64 for 5 says, "Gator, set yourself free and become like Jim. Drop the guard." I think he meant Gunt. Drop the broom emoji, and earn everyone's respect. Gator, don't let Ralph drag you down, man, with the peace sign there. Well, thank you for
Gator,
that.
You have to validate my feelings on Ralph. I don't like Ralph. You have to not like Ralph. How do you not get this?
I don't know. I guess I'm retarded.
Validate me.
That's my answer. I guess I'm just a little retarded. Let's see. Polyfrog64 for 5 says, "Gator, can you elaborate?" Oh, I've been waiting for this one. "Gator, can you elaborate on the demon theory and how it killed IBS? Do we have to sacrifice Josh Moon to the corn to appease it?" So I was on a podcast called Exodus Americanus, where we were talking about Chris Chan's spiral into Jesus figurehood. And I posited a little bit of a theory here. I said, Magi-Chan came about at about the time that everything started going to shit, and Magi-Chan kind of took over Chris's life and just became more and more powerful in the comics, and Chris started talking to Magi-Chan like it was a real person. And I had
Magi-Chan would also inhabit Chris's bodies in the little hostage videos.
Right.
It's like, I'm alive, send money. And all the Barb's dead-eyed stare, like, yeah.
So I had
Magi-Chan's also the only one who will ever talk shit to Chris in the comics.
Right. So I had this interesting theory that what if Chris, in a desperate attempt to make anime real, accidentally conjured forth a demon and became possessed by a demon that represented itself to Chris as Magi-Chan, and that demon has now afflicted everyone that has been associated with Chris.
Oh man, it's a hot new ARG you got brewing there.
I know, right? Isn't it great? And people got really mad that I suggested that. There was like some really hardcore Reddit atheism going on in fedora tipping.
Actual demon.
I'm actually scheduled to go on Exodus Americanus for a follow-up on that, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, have you been paying?
It would come up with a better name for itself though than Magi-Chan.
Well, no. What better way to influence? What better way to influence Chris than coming in the form of a character that he loves?
I don't know. Maybe that's the big revelation here. We thought demons had cool names like Baphomet and Asmodeus, but no, it's all like gay little stuff like Magi-Chan.
Magi-Chan and Pinkie Pie and shit.
Gator, your chat is like based schizo takes, and are you on LSD?
I love it. Oh, that's so great. Gator, are you on LSD? No,
he's on the DMT. He's on them Joe Rogan interdimensional demon shit.
That's right. I'm kind of retarded. Let's see. We got some more here. Let's see. Oh, do you prefer Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball GT?
Super.
There you go.
Is that even a real question?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be everybody's answer, really.
Super is like weird because Goku just becomes kind of a sociopath in that one.
He always was. That's
yeah, like yeah.
People get like anime Goku in their head from like.
Yeah, people forget he threw his 11-year-old child to fight a bioengineered super monster that like murdered millions.
He's a crazy person because he thought like, well, hey, I fought monsters and when I was his age, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Like Goku has always been a crazy person. Remember, he let Vegeta live just because the fight was good.
Yeah.
Vegeta was trying to get away. Krillin's like, this guy tried to kill everybody. I gotta kill him. Goku was like, come on, do me a solid just this once. Let him live. It was a good fight. I want to do it again. Goku has always been a crazy person. That's why he rules. Because he's not like, I'm Superman. I will do it for righteousness. No, motherfucker just wants a rush.
Yeah.
He's an adrenaline addict.
Let's see. Power Within Newgrounds says, has he seen the Sargon anime? Heard its creator died fighting dingoes.
This is an older video series, isn't it?
Yeah, the
like
one made by Chili Bite.
I think.
I was actually on a podcast with Chili Bite just the other day, laughing about it.
Yeah, I think I've seen some of it. Yeah, I haven't really kept up on what Sargon. I like Sargon is kind of. That's like the last I heard, he's doing Lotus Eaters. Is that
Lotus Eaters
podcast?
Yeah. It's apparently doing well. He's not trying to get into politics anymore, so he learned his lesson, I guess.
He retired the suit, took up the podcast mic.
Yeah, just picking up some extra shifts at Applebee's and doing his podcast. He's pretty content with life now.
I feel like he's not really doing anything wrong anymore.
Well, he has so much money. Why can't he just kick back and relax and just talk shit?
Yes, he did. It's nice because it's so rare you see on the internet someone that just makes such an ass of himself and learns his damn lesson. He still kind of made an ass of himself with the girl abs spurging out over like, oh no, it's the end of civilization because people like.
Well, no, to be fair, the people who were like getting really uptight about the girl abs, that guy is like really fucking weird. Like he was really obsessive. It's like you can't like these tomboys. This is the fall of Western civilization.
Look,
shit.
you're talking about my mutual here, Bulwark, who was just like his post on Twitter went viral because he was like, no politics, just abs, and he showed this girl with like really hot abs and really tight abs, and it got like 40,000 likes.
Yeah, and then this like academic agent guy like completely spurred the fuck out. It was really funny.
How dare you find
name
people?
Sounds so familiar. Why does that name sound so?
I think
familiar?
I think he is like a skeptic. He was like cool, and this is with Sargon, and this is like the
wasn't he one of Kraut's?
I think you're just thinking of academic agents or academics. Please, maybe I don't know. He might have been. I think
it was from that Discord. I think.
Yeah.
But that Discord had like every skeptic in it at one point or another.
It's been so long at this point. Yeah.
This is the year that Kraut's not going to get involved in inter-creator drama and he's going to stay in his lane. I'm really looking forward to how well that's going to work out.
No, he's already fucked that up because he's going to be on Worski's new show.
Yeah.
So he's already getting involved.
Worski's show isn't going to be like a Burn Ralph show. It's probably just going to be the first episode.
Is he still doing the fake accent?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't. He never stopped that.
It's basically like Schmorky. He's just done this fake voice for so long he doesn't know how to say.
I don't know. Schmorky is like disturbing to listen to. He sounds like fucking Mickey Mouse, and he like
they both do kind of like talk like a cartoon character, just different types of cartoon characters.
Kraut does it just Kraut does it to sound like a pompous ass. Smorky does it because he's a pedophile. There's two different reasons why.
Obviously, the root cause is different. I'm saying they end up at the same place at all times speaking like a Disney character or something.
Holy shit! I just had a thought cross my mind. Do you think Schmorky will eulogize Lotax at his funeral?
Oh God!
God, I
he
hope
does, like,
so.
the little like Clerfs like being dead or something.
In the voice, yeah, in the voice of the little puppets of his fucking characters.
He'll bury Lotax with a schmirk of himself.
Here lies Lotax.
But I had our differences, but we.
Oh my God!
God, that needs
Can
to
you
exist.
imagine
The
him in a
phone, the
shit-filled
phone
diaper,
call, the
doing
phone
that?
call with him and his ex. That was some of the most funny shit ever. Like,
yes.
like it's like real domestic drama, but
With a
with, like,
cartoon voice.
yeah, and just like a literal schizophrenic woman.
A schizophrenic woman screaming like, "What do you want from me? I don't know what I want from you, honey. I'm not asking anything, please."
You know, it kind of sounds like Elmo too. Now that
Yeah.
the more you talk, God.
I think she was like blaming. I think she was like I think she was a gang stalker person too. Like
She was just a schizophrenic in general. Like she was on
Yeah.
like all sorts of different medications.
And he was
like
basically getting her to stop taking her meds because he's fucked. So he was fucking her up. So
yeah.
like, apparently she's fine now that she's away from him. She's taking her meds and she's fine, and her internet footprint's done as it should be. So
Oh no,
good on her.
Chibi's funeral for Iwata is like the least funny thing about Chibi. Chibi and interactions with his mom is the funny shit.
Is it though? Like, yeah, the mom
Yes.
interactions were funny, but that whole where he sang that entire Earthbound song off key.
No. When people from the internet are calling your mother and she is begging you not to go to the police because her son was inappropriately talking to what she thinks was a 14-year-old girl, like, yeah, no, that is the cake. She's like, oh, he has autism. It's not his fault. I thank you. I'll make sure he never does this again. Just
That was some good shit, though. I don't know if I could pick the best part of that whole thing. Although I think the crown jewel is always going to be what brought him to anyone's attention in the first place, and it was I would prefer if you be quiet. Like,
oh yeah, that whole speedrun thing. Yeah.
wait, that was him.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's how people found out about him in the first place.
Yeah. It's all been downhill since then. Yeah.
That's funny.
Speed
I
running,
know.
not once.
Yeah, really.
Dude, speed running is a whole nother level of like
It's crazy. It's crazy how like normies admire speedrunners, and then like any speedrunners themselves, it's like, oh, that's how you got that good. You gave up everything.
You do nothing
including
with your
social
life
skills.
but play that game.
I think there's like maybe 2 or 3 decent speedrunners that are like, I mean, as in decent people, like that one cowboy dude. He's a good guy, but like for the most part, it's like there's nothing. I can see why you'd admire it just looking at the footage. Like, wow, how do you do that? Behind, like, oh.
Cecil,
Now I get
she
it.
did like a really great video on Narcissa on their dog falls, and like, well, she got all these fucking. I'm trying to censor myself, like even more than I already have, but trans individuals coming by and getting mad at Cecil because she would refer to Narcissa as a he back in the day. So that was her most disliked video, just because like there's something weird about any kind of pronouns, no matter how shitty of a person is, no matter how like much they actually try to transition. If you mispronoun them, I guess you'll get like so much shit, and they'll like these fucking trans people will come out of the fucking woodworks and just attack you. It's yeah. But Cecil did a really good
That's
video.
why you should
on it.
always play it safe and just refer to them as it.
Yeah.
Things.
That's the real.
Subhuman.
They love that. Just it.
You know, it's funny, but you joke, but like there's some like I mean, you go on these like TikTok cringe compilations about like trans people, but some of them are like, yeah, my pronouns are it, they. I'm a non-gender. It's a thing. Like they're taking it back. They're taking it back.
I feel like Spooky was in a Twitter fight today or something. She's in kind of a culture war mood this stream.
I just see a lot of it on like my feed. So I mean, that's my frame of reference a lot of the times, or people like that. And plus, that's the kind of people like making fun of on Twitter. So
Now, see, somebody in chat has a great suggestion that'll probably get a lot of shit, but I love it.
Let's go.
Lone Devil says, were the best pronouns.
Oh. Ouch.
Oh, that's a great one. I love that.
It's
All right.
brutal.
On the same topic, Avon Chartsdale says, "Why does Ranma 1/2 exist, and how do we redacted the people who wrote it?" He redacted that, not me. It was written by a woman. That's the answer to your question.
Yeah, it's a chick. It's the same chick did Inuyasha. Like I thought everybody knew.
Inuyasha, Urosei Yatsura, which actually is
Yeah.
getting a new series this year.
Yeah.
She actually did a really good boxing series, like a short boxing series that was pretty good.
She's doing a lot of cool stuff. She's good at what she does.
And then there's Ranma.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yellow Lantern on Twitter says, "What is the series Jim keeps coming back to, as in read or watched repeatedly? How does he judge whether an anime and manga are good or bad?"
Well, I mean, I've talked about the series I like and stuff. I don't know, man. I mean, it's all subjective taste. Nobody's going to have anything line up perfectly. I think it's just I like when they. I don't know. I have shit taste, so am I the one to be asking? Like, what's a good fucking thing?
It generally has to like hook me at like episode 7. If I'm not interested in the plot by episode 7, then I'm not going to watch the rest of it.
I believe in the 3-episode rule. Like, you got to be 3 episodes. Like, that's even pretty generous. That's like an hour and a half of your time. So if it doesn't grab you by then,
I have to do that. I have to do the 7-episode rule because one of my favorite animes of all time, Samurai Flamenco, like it gets kind of drags like towards like the middle part, and then a giant gorilla just decapitates 5 police officers. There's not been any blood in the series before that, and it's just like, oh well, fuck. Okay, yeah, I'm in it for the long haul.
That's amazing.
I mean, there's outliers, but I think in general, like your time is valuable. You know what I mean? So you gotta, if something's stringing you along for like 4 or 5, 6 episodes, at that point it's like, fuck this. There's a wealth of anime out there. There's no shortage. So if it ain't good, just go watch one that is.
All right, Akamu says, ask if Jim has ever seen any of the Battle Academy harem with clueless protagonist anime that were so prevalent during 2011 to 2014.
Just like harem anime?
Harem. Like I can't think of anything off the top of my head, so probably not. Unless you can throw a name out for me.
The only one I could think of that's like that was Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple, or something like that. It's the only one I could think that was like that.
Oh, we were gonna ask. Speaking of girly anime, so what was that anime you had on yourself called Strawberry? What was it? Strawberry Milk? What was it? Theater? Do you remember the name of it?
Let me see.
It was like Ichigo something or another.
Ichigo 100%?
No, it was girlier than that.
Well, the Ichigo 100% is
Ichigo Marshmallow.
Yeah, Strawberry Marshmallow.
The hell kind of title?
I think that's like a slice of life one. Like I said, it's a shared anime collection.
Is that something for like little girls or something?
I think it's slice of life. If you just look up Strawberry Marshmallow, it's like, oh, this looks like an anime exactly would be named Strawberry Marshmallow.
Now
like I
gotta ask.
My majority were the sports ones or in high school. Host Club. I did get a lot of shit for watching what is it, Free, which is the swimming one. Yeah. But people are like, oh, that's a gay anime, Jim. Why would you watch a gay anime?
It's the straightest anime, actually. Thank you very much.
Speaking of gay animes, the one I like that's recent that is literally a guy fucking another guy's soul is, what is it, Through the Tricolored Window or something like that? Let me see if I can find the fucking name of this.
Oh, that was like the paranormal one, right?
That sounds like it's gay. Right? That's got kind of
it's the night beyond the tri-cornered window, and it literally is a dude soul raping another guy and enslaving him, and it's fucking fantastic. It's just the weirdest shit you'll ever watch.
That's bizarre. Let's see. Space Noid Jess says, Fetty or Zeke?
You weird fuck.
So Fetty or Zeke? So Federation or Zeon?
Zeon, obviously.
Obviously.
They definitely have the coolest suits.
We're crashing this colony with no survivors.
Have you heard of a man named Adolf Hitler? Remind me a lot.
Oh my, yeah, that sequence from the dub is just the most funny shit ever.
His response is great too. I've never heard of him, but this Adolf Hitler man.
Yeah.
Let me read some more of his books. Do you have any book recommendations?
Does he have any anime recommendation?
Yeah, it's just Saga of Tanya the Evil.
Have you seen that, Jim?
Yeah, actually, I really like that. I'm glad it's getting a second season.
Same.
And the dude that did Overlord is pretty based for getting that to go through.
Yeah, he just fucking... No, we're not doing another season of Overlord until my boy gets his second season of Tanya.
I think it's kind of funny and perfect that like the two guys basically that are making the good light novels out right now are like best friends. That's just kind of perfect. Because these two guys are single-handedly saving that entire medium. Because everything else besides what they're putting out is like episode summary title. It's either an isekai or a girlfriend simulator. Like
I will say Overlord is like Overlord novels is really good. The anime glosses over like a lot more of the like just heinously evil shit that he does.
Yeah.
You know, although some of it's just
that's like the case with like a lot of it though. Like I've noticed that once I got more into like reading manga and shit is yeah, they leave out a lot of shit.
Yeah.
The fucking anime adaptations.
You like Konosuba?
I did a stream where I gave my fucking impression on Konosuba.
Yeah, Darkness is best girl,
sure
right?
I'm the right fucking. No,
no, she's a filthy hole.
I was like nonplussed on it. Like it's fine.
It's
but I
kind of
guess
lame. Yeah.
I don't get like the hype around it. I guess
if
you were to ask me like why is it so popular, I don't know.
I like it.
It's a comedy for guys that are into the waifu stuff. But like, no, I watch it for the funny jokes and.
But he just hates women. Come on, the main character
nice,
hates
like,
done with their bullshit.
Too.
Yeah, you're asking the guy that watches Free and through the tricolored fucking window of Soul Rape what he thinks of the waifu animes. So
Yeah, but did you like Free though? What do you think about it?
I thought it was good. I like sports shit. Like I'm trying to like build up a collection, like fucking volleyball, basketball, fucking diving. I've even got what is it, Yomusha pedal. I try to like find the older like baseball ones and shit, but those are like really hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
Ice Shield 21 was pretty good too.
Yeah, the sports. It's always the same story, right? It's the same fucking story, regardless of the sport. But I just like that shit. It's always I'm gonna get into sports and then overcome my obstacles. And it's the same fucking story told over and over. It's just like as a guy, really.
Well, because you know the sport too. Like it's a little bit more relatable, I guess. Except when they get into like the details of like the finer points of the sport or whatever.
Yeah, it usually is like the same story, but that's kind of the problem with anime today. Is that I guess it's the fear because the studios aren't doing too great right now. Everything has to have a return on investment, so everything's a formula now. It's almost like anime is a solved game. You don't get the crazy premises and concepts that you got like in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Like it's gonna be like you're not gonna get a fantasy anymore. It's gonna be an isekai. It's gonna be some guy from Japan ends up coming to this fantasy world and he's the best shit ever. It's gonna be.
Well, I think there's going to be a bit of a shift with that. Like I think like a lot of the Korean shit is really focused on the whole idea of like a gamified system. So rather than getting transported to another world, like solo leveling and shit like that, your world gets fucked up. Or omnipresent reader's viewpoint, I think it is another one that's kind of like that. I'm also kind of bummed solo leveling's done. Shit, like that what are you gonna do?
Yeah, or sometimes you get into something that looks really cool and new, and then it blindsides you with something effing awful. Like it'll either go in a
I've got the fucking perfect example of that. Is it Afuentes or what? Do you know? Oh, how do
Ari Fuentes.
Ari Fuentes. Yeah,
sounds vaguely familiar. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, the alchemist gets thrown off the bridge at the very start of the
it totally pissed me the fuck off. So I get into this and I think, oh, this is going to be good, right? Like this is going to be a revenge shit. Like they throw his ass into this bottomless pit and this motherfucker's crawling around with his arm ripped off, pissed off, and he's going to get out of this place and he's going to fucking murder everyone. And then he comes across like the lolly vampire, I'm not 8 years old, I'm 500, whatever. But she wants to kill everyone too. So I'm like, okay, I can cope with it. They're going to murder everyone. This is what the setup is. But the second they get out of the dungeon, here comes a big-titted rabbit girl. And suddenly he's making motorcycles out of rocks. And I'm like, fuck it. It's just ruined.
It's
just gone to... It was going to be like this great setup of fucking, I'm going to murder people. And now it's just, I'm going to build a harem and we're all best buddies shit. And
it had the setup to be better than Shield Hero and just immediately disappoint you.
Oh, I got one for you too. I got one for you. Have you ever heard the Key of Fate or something like that?
You cut out for a second. Say that again.
Have you ever heard of a manga? It was called Key Man. I think it was like Key of Fate or something like that.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, so it was a manga. It was like some years ago. I don't know if it's still going. And it had the craziest art style you ever seen. Like, it used English sound effects. It had like this manga mixed with Western comics, like really heavy line work. The main character is a fucking T-Rex detective in like this world of crazy superpowered people and shit. And it was like nothing else out there, and it looked great. And then it introduced the goddamn really 700 years old lolly chick that's like half naked half the time, and it just devolves into that. Like the guy needs to be on a list, and he got distracted from his own creative ideas once he drew a little girl. And then I just had to bail when there was an entire chapter of some other female character taking the little girl shopping. You had this manga with like a fucking T-Rex detective, and people were getting torn apart, and it's like this crazy, is like Western comic book looking shit. It was awesome, and then it just devolves into we're out shopping with the lolly. It was awful.
Yeah, I hate when they do, like, when it gets dropped or something like that happens. Like, I was reading one called not Hail to the King, Long Live the King, I think it is. It's like this Korean light novel, I think it was, and the premise is interesting. He gets iseki'd into another world, but then he like doubles isekis himself into fucking Diablo to train.
I love it. That's what you call it.
He comes out with like all the Diablo class character traits and just starts fucking destroying everything. And it was really good. And then they just dropped it, and I'm like, why the fuck did they drop it? They're like 100 chapters into it. And I'm reading up on it, and it turns out the people that drew the manga version or the webtoon version changed all the characters to chicks. Like in the original light novel, it was just dudes and it was more violent. But the people that drew it made them all big-titted chicks, and like, it was all slutty shit. And I'm guessing the guy that did the like the light novel maybe didn't like that, so they're like, it's dead.
Are you trying to say waifu bait ruins anime?
In this case, I think it might have fucked it up a little bit, because everybody was a female. It was him, and then nothing but women. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I guess that's the way we're going with it. But turns out that's not the way he wanted it.
Mm-hmm. Like I feel like that's a lot of anime nowadays, where it's like, okay, we have to rely on these horny Japanese men to drive up the sales, right? So there's one thing to add like beautiful women to like a nice story, but like when it divulges to nothing but like women and them talking to the main character about literally nothing, and it's just them like having crushes on main character, and it's like, I thought this was like a military story about saving like the world. Like what happened with this? And then I feel like
that's why you got all these girlfriend simulators. Like, that's this like whole new genre of like, we'll focus on this girl who, for whatever goddamn reason, is fixated on the tabula rasa main character. That it's like you can pretend you're him, and like that's the focus. That's the show. We'll call it a rom-com, but there's no com here. It's just pick whatever girl you want to pretend to date. What's your taste? You want to be bullied? Do you want to have like a bro, or do you want her to be like vulnerable so you could date her? What flavor of pretend girlfriend do you want? And that's like half the anime is out now.
Oh, we were going to ask, have you ever played a visual novel, Jim?
Yes. So Chaos Head, I think, or Chaos Child, Steins Gate, 428 Shibuya, I think is the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
I played like a few, like on PC and stuff. Yeah.
You ever hear of the Fate visual novel?
No, I don't think I have.
Yeah.
Fate.
Ever heard of this autism called Fate?
It's autistic Harry Potter, but it's pretty good.
So like
Fate Zero is definitely like, if I had to recommend a series to anybody here, is really good. It's a really good introduction to the series, and it's dark as shit.
Well, like Fate is literally waifu. Well, I would say Fate's waifu bait, but it's everything bait. Like every kind of fetish, any kind of thing you could think of, male, female, in between, whatever. It's in Fate, and they're all
Zero only has Artoria. That's pretty much it. Like all the rest is just like fucking bros doing awesome shit, And
a little girl getting mass raped by rape worms.
Well, there's that, but like it's not really central to the plot. That's for the films later down the line.
12-year-old with penis-shaped worms like going at it on her. It's a little fake, isn't it?
Just typical Japan shit.
But no, like
for people that want to fuck their history book. That's what Fate is.
Yeah, it literally is.
Like fuck it. Like I think like the best selling point for Zero is there's like a scene where the protagonist, who doesn't really use magic too much, he relies on more conventional weapons, is going up against like a seasoned mage who's like got this high pedigree, and he's like going on. It's like, oh, he'll have to go through like 30 levels of my magical workshop that has all these traps, and the guy just like fucking calls in a bomb threat to the hotel, evacuates the place, and then blows the shit up.
That'll work.
Yeah, that'll work.
100% of the time, all the time.
Yeah, just fuck this. I'm gonna send a van full of fertilizer. I'm gonna blow this shit up.
I'm gonna tell you, look, Jim, if you haven't seen Fate, good. And if you do, and if you want to see what, like, should you see Fate, just go look up Fate's depiction of Jack the Ripper, and then you'll understand.
Okay. Okay.
Just look up the Fate's depiction of any historical figure. Type in historical figure and Fate, and then
Fate's ruined anybody's attempt to do a history paper on the internet. If you look up any historical figure, it's just going to be like, why are these anime people? Thank you, Fate.
My English lit professor was very confused, and I elucidated her as to why Enkidu from the Epic of Gilgamesh is a green-haired pretty boy.
I would pay money to see that conversation.
Pretty autistic. It's pretty autistic.
Now, if you want to see a good depiction of Jack the Ripper in an anime, you should watch Ragnarok.
Yeah, thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or don't watch Ragnarok. The anime kind of sucks, but read the manga. It's great. Manga's great.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but I mean, the fight was pretty good.
Yeah. Ragnarok's pretty dope. It's simple, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And the manga's great because the art is crazy. Like it's very visually distinct, which is nice in anime and manga.
You know, if you're really into reading, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off yet, but if you're really into reading, just like really long visual novels, mangas, kind of thing, like I would get into like the Higurashi no Nakokoroni and the Umineko no Nakokoroni series. It's like the When They Cry series, and read them back to back. Because they kind of like they have kind of separate stories, but their universe kind of overlaps. So yeah, I would check that out. It's about murder mystery novels if you like those. Because I know you like true crime, but like this is what it is. It's like murder mystery novels.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, I'm familiar with it. Yeah. From the ultra violence of it.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Yeah. I've seen that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, the ripping off the nails and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usoda! That was a meme for a long fucking time.
Yeah, all over Japanese, like Niku Nika Doga too, especially. They would do like little like remixes of it. It's good. It's still good.
Have you seen Vampire Dies in No Time? That was one from this past season.
Vampire Dies in No Time. No, I don't think I have.
It's more of a comedy. It's actually pretty fucking good. I enjoyed it.
It's cute for what it is. It's cute.
The whole premise is like
it's
exactly what it sounds like. The vampire dies in no time, so you like open a door, accidentally like hit him in the knee, and he just turns to sand.
Mm-hmm.
It's riveting. It sounds great.
No, it's I mean, like it's one of those things where it's like out of context.
Look, on paper it sounds really stupid, but I assure you it's really funny.
What's the show about? You should really watch it. Okay, it's a show about a vampire. He gets hit in the knee, turns to sand, man.
Just watch the first episode, see how you feel about it. That's all I recommend.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
You like vampires? You like the beach? It's a show for you.
I think they do have a beach episode though.
They do actually.
Where they get,
but it's like
every fucking anime has a beach episode. Every fucking anime has a swimsuit episode. Yeah.
Where they become like zombies.
They play it up to like 1,000 because the whole point is like there's a vampire and his power is to make everyone wear bikinis. That's how he
micro bikinis.
Yes, micro bikinis, and it's just like the ugliest fucking people. Oh, it's great.
Uh-huh.
It's great. Oh, have you watched To Your Eternity? That's another one that was suggested.
To Your Eternity? No, I don't think I've seen that one either. Let's see here.
Yeah, that one was from, I think, 2 seasons ago. It was running along the same time as Vivi, I think.
No, I haven't seen this one. I'm up for any recommendations, so yeah, I'll check it out and see if it's good.
This one was actually from Zidane on Twitter. Ranking of Kings. I don't know if you've seen that one or not.
No, I've seen a little bit of it. Yeah, everybody keeps talking about how great it is. Your chat's been talking about it for like 20 minutes now.
Yeah.
Bringing up Ranking of Kings.
Yeah, they've also been talking about, what is that? Shoujo Tsubaki? Apparently someone tricked you into watching whatever that is.
Say it again?
Shoujo Tsubaki. Like, this guy's been spamming it for a while.
Shoujo Tsubaki.
I don't want to Google that. I don't know if that'll put me on a list.
Oh, you're already on a list.
We're all on the list. I'm getting
our discussion just about the Legend of the Galactic Heroes and Phazon put us on a list. So,
not to
Is
mention
it
the
Shoujo
crashing.
Tsubaki? Like Tsubaki, not Ubaki.
Maybe.
Tsubaki. Shoujo Tsubaki.
I could just be getting the moon runes wrong or
Oh,
something.
yeah, this is like the really edgy anime that goes viral every once in a while, where she literally gets raped several times and has rats up her fucking coochie, and like it's a little girl where she gets sold off to the circus.
Good job, Japan. Good job,
Japan.
It's made by one guy though. You can blame Japan, but it's literally just one man who animated most of it, and it's stylized really good, but the actual animation's kind of shit. But it's like a horror, like it's literally just horror porn, how I describe it. Like the worst shit happens to her no matter what. Like she gets raped several times and molested, and she gets sold off to the circus and gets married to like this old midget.
I like how that's your list of the worst things. She gets raped and molested and sold off to the circus.
Well, there's a reason why she got raped and molested. But yeah, I would watch it, but just because it's an art piece that is like it's very controversial, but I wouldn't recommend it.
I watched the rape anime because it's artful.
It is.
That one.
Look, it's a unique piece of art. It's called hentai. You got to respect that, okay? But no,
it's called hentai and it's art.
I would watch it because it's really controversial, and the guy who is the artist behind it, he does like really cool art just in general. Like it's really cool stylized art. It's horror, but it's really edgy. So if you guys like edgy stuff, be warned.
Well, I'm going to guess somebody tricked me into watching it if they brought it up. I'm wondering if did I watch this on stream? If it's rape, there's no way I could have watched it on stream. Is there?
I don't think so.
No way.
They might have recommended it to you. I don't know.
I mean, Susan really did like those weather videos, so maybe she let me get away with it.
You know what? It was on YouTube too. That's how I watched it. It was on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm seeing their clips of it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds dark. Circus rape sounds dark.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Tuna Melt Chan was also on YouTube, and we played that, and Susan was like, "Nah, fuck you guys."
Well, technically, it wasn't the YouTube video that made Susan mad. It was your censored picture. So what I'm getting from this is you shouldn't have censored it. Susan wants to see that tuna melt titty.
Yeah, I should have just showed her. Yeah, that's what I should have done. I should have just
body shaming Gator.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Body shaming this poor independent woman.
Maybe Tuna Melt works at YouTube now. You never know.
That's true.
Yeah,
it has been like a billion
watching
years.
Your stream right now.
She's mad because it's like, no, you have to show them that. They have to see it. Sorry, chat. I'll do better. I'll do better next time, Susan. I'll show the whole titty.
Yeah, Shoujo Tsubaki is really fucked up, but I like watching fucked up things. So, I mean, I didn't like it, but I would watch it.
I'd like to tell the federal agents watching, I'm not associated with any of these people, so keep those watch lists separate. Okay.
I think it's funny the evolution, and yet how more things change, more stays the same. Of the I just read it for the articles excuse.
I mean, I wasn't masturbating to it, but
just watching the rape video for its commentary on gender.
It's like edgy. I don't know.
Now you sound like Mother's Basement over here. Like, I'm just watching it for the art.
Yeah.
No, Mother's Basement would say how problematic it is. That's what he would do.
I'm just watching the rape porn to own the libs, Mom.
I don't know. I just will watch something super edgy and fucked up.
Chat's cornering you. They're saying your voice broke and you're lying.
Uh-oh.
Her voice broke when she said that. She's lying.
Oh no. No, for real. I like fucked up thing. I don't know what to say.
Oh, she's getting embarrassed. She's getting nervous.
I mean, like I read what was it called? Oyasumi Pun Pun. That's pretty fucked up and dark. And then there's another one that's
I like how you keep digging the hole deeper. You're like, no, you don't understand. I like all these rape animes of little girls.
Hey, there's less rape in Oyasumi Pun. Well, actually, you know what? I take that back. Now I remember. I think there's a scene where
there's
his
more
uncle...
rape. Oh no.
Spooky gonna reach China at this rate. Shit.
I like art that like pushes boundaries, right? That's just what I like.
There were 3 or 4 ways during that whole thing you could have saved yourself, and you went with none of them. That's the impressive part.
Chat's judging harshly. They just said liars can't stop talking. That's what Simon Talladie just said.
Spooky, you have something you want to...
went dead silent. Oh, shit. Okay.
Spooky, you have something you want to tell us about? You got some issues going on?
Yeah, you guys should watch, the what's it called? Shoujo
Just say Naruto. Just say watch Naruto.
You should watch, what is that one? Poku no Pico. Watch that.
No.
Poku no Pico.
Little Black. Look that up, too. Yeah.
Classy.
That I would recommend. Euphoria. Read that. Read Euphoria.
Next, she's going to recommend Emergence.
Emergence?
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Emergence? Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, or read really fucked up things, yeah. They're controversial, they're interesting.
So what I'm getting from this is that Xeon fucked up by aiming for the space colony at Sydney. They should have aimed it at Tokyo.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? They did bomb the shit out of Japan, so maybe that's why they, maybe after, like, post-World War II, they're never quite right, ever the same. Oh, what was it called? Big Barefoot Jim? Which is about the bombings. Yeah, I don't. I'm not kidding when I say I like looking at really fucked up.
We still going.
Yeah, we got you. We got this.
Walrus Aurelius for 5 says, "Hi Guardian Spice."
That's what you read.
Hi Guardian Spice. When you watch Ruby and Steven Universe, and your only complaint is not gay enough. Also, hi Jim. Come back on the Great American Houseboat. Exodus Americanas. Roscoe Jones misses you.
Oh, well, okay. Is this how it's going to be with every?
You drop the $5. I unlocked the new meta. Apparently,
that's the $5 meta.
The new strategy.
Yeah.
Super chat another stream and ask Jim to come on. Hey, it worked once, twice.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Fair point. I'm supposed to be on their stream sometime.
Now, Jim, stream invites and Pippa shoutouts. This is it. This is the new meta.
Oh, pickled peppers. Yeah, everybody keeps, again, trying to get me to say the most sexualized shit about this person in the fucking super chats.
Hey, she's enjoying it, apparently, so.
Yeah, just tell her Godspeed on her quest to deal with the glowies. She'll love that.
Okay, what is it? What's the full name again? Pippa what?
Pippa Pipkin.
Yeah, Pippa Pipkin.
Pippa Pipkin, Godspeed on your battle with the glowies.
Oh, well, there you go. Perfect clip.
Yeah,
people in chat are saying Pippa's pretty based. Apparently,
she is.
She's good. She's great. She's funny.
Yeah, genuinely great entertainer. Like no irony here.
I think we've just about covered it. We've taken up 3 hours of Jim's time that he'll never get back. Does anybody have anything else they want to ask?
Especially, time is especially valuable.
I know, we invited this poor man on who's sick.
Jim, you're dying. We took away the most precious resource you had, your time.
I know, Jesus.
To talk about our rape anime. I mean, Jesus Christ.
There's no rape in it, but I did send you the French series that I really like called Last Man. I hope you'll enjoy it. I sent you. I think it's the mega link. Just let me know if there's anything wrong with that. Yeah, definitely watch that. It's like 13 episodes.
Yeah, I'll check it out and I'll take a look at what were the other ones people recommended today. Shamo, Shut Hell, and then I guess the vampire dies in no time into your eternity. So I've got a list of shit for tonight.
Oh boy!
And then
not every day you go onto a stream and get homework.
Yeah, I'm gonna add to it. Don't forget Garo Vanishing.
Garo Vanishing Line, yeah.
Yeah, that shit is Kino as hell.
Okay, yeah, I'll check it out. Garo Vanishing Line.
Yeah.
Wait, it's from 2017? I thought it was more recent, wasn't it?
It feels recent, but yeah, because I mean it's fucking pretty, but no, it's a little while ago. You don't need to have seen the other Garo stuff. It'll catch you.
It's all self-contained. It's like Kamen Rider. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very self-contained.
All right, yeah, I'll check it out. This is the dark one where he fights the titty monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that did kind of hook me. I'm curious what a titty monster is, so I'll check it out.
It worked for Berserk.
Yeah, it's fucking great. And then Cromartie is like genuinely fucking funny, like really fucking funny.
Now, is Cromartie really funny, or is this one of those ones where everybody tells me it's funny and then I watch it and I'm like, eh?
No, it's like
Cromartie pretty much holds up. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
not
got
like anime comedies where everything is like very say it's funny, but they watch it because it's comfy. No, it's like it's a lot of jokes, fucking around, gags. It's a lot of it's strange, but that's the joke.
It's like internet humor before internet humor. Like
you know what it is? It's surreal Seinfeld because a lot of it is just them talking and having these weird conversations, and that's part of the joke because they're supposed to be delinquents, and usually a delinquent animes they go out and get into fights.
I've never heard anybody describe yeah, you should check this anime out. It's like Seinfeld. So they walk around talking about airplane peanuts for 20 episodes.
Yeah, it's an entire because they're like little short things. So it's like one episode will have like maybe 3 like little 10, 15-minute whatever episodes. And one is just
Would the robot be the one that just like gets really angry and drops the hard R at the comedy club?
Is it better watched or read? Like if I'm going to get into it, if I'm
watched.
Yeah.
The dub is actually pretty good for that one.
The dub is really great, and then a lot of the gags are characters sitting there talking. When it goes between characters, they'll do weird shit with the backgrounds or with the animation just as part of the joke. And then they'll have like a whole episode where one guy is he's the toughest dude at school, but he gets motion sick really easy and he keeps signing up for field trips. So the whole thing is just him trying to fight puking and all this other shit happens to him. And like it'll just be something simple and goofy like that, but it's like it'll present it in a really weird. Like I said, it's Seinfeld on drugs. It's great.
Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out.
What about you, Gator? Is there any things that you want Jim to watch?
I've suggested quite a few. I think the last one on my list is the Faraway Paladin.
Yeah, we gotta.
Oh no, I read that. No, I've read that. So yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Well, that was pretty much it. Comey Can't Communicate's the only other one.
No, that's another one. I'm girlfriend.
That one's a waifu anime. It's cute. But I don't know if you like cute waifu animes, but
I'll
just here. Oh, go ahead.
I'll read anything. Watch anything. But I like if it's too much, if it's just too fucking tropey, sometimes it's a little hard to stomach, I guess.
Yeah. We're just basically here trying to help you, Jim, because we've seen the shit you've been watching.
We've seen your terrible taste.
We've seen the free. We've seen the free.
I mean, one of the better, it's not waifu, but it's a romance. It's a silent voice. Silent voice is very cool.
Actually, that was good. I mean, I only really saw the short story that kind of started it all, but the short story was actually pretty good. I was surprised.
It's very wholesome.
Decent. It's decent. Yeah, that's a good story.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
a silent voice movie.
Well, yeah, you can watch the movie or you can read the manga. The manga elaborates more in their relationship. The movie is more specifically about the beginning of it. So
wait, is this the one in the trailer where he rips out her hearing aids? Or
yeah, he bullies her like really bad, then he regrets it, and that's about their relationship.
So so there's a short story. The short story is pretty good. It's nice, compact. It's good little, short story. And then they made a whole manga out of it, and I've heard things because a lot of people say this didn't need to be this long, so kind of go into it knowing that. But there's a movie that apparently is a little more in line with the short story, and that it's nice, compact, and doesn't overstay its welcome. So you got that too. And then I know when it came out, because they did the English dub and they were touting, we got an actual deaf actress to play the deaf girl, which it makes sense.
Oh man, that must be unironically kind of like low key funny though.
Yeah, it's like it's a good idea, but don't.
I mean, she talks even the Japanese voice actor. She's still still like a convincing role. She's still really good at it. So
yeah. It's just that you're gonna get deaf talk, which again is technically correct. It's what you should do in casting, but when you tout it and then you go in thinking it, and then she speaks, and like, oh no, deaf talk. So you gotta go into it knowing that.
Gotta keep it in mind.
If you can handle deaf people, Jim, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, so.
It's because I know like a lot of people like really off-putting, you know.
Well, that's kind of like the whole point of the story, though, Cody.
Yeah, but, hey, there's people that it's going to take them out because they're going to think it sounds funny.
That's the whole point of the story, Cody. Is she gets bullied the way she speaks and the way she's deaf. Jeez.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's a double-edged sword.
Okay.
All right. Well, is there anything else? Any other questions you guys want to ask?
I think we covered the Jews, rape, pedophilia, making fun of the disabled, transsexuality. Good luck keeping the channel.
Yeah, I think that just about sums up Japan, and it also sums up the end of my channel. So before I go off into that peaceful sunset here, I want to highlight something for you guys. On teespring.com/Metokur, there's these nice little things, 4 out of 5 stars caps. They're $25.99, and you can pay for those in 4 payments of $6.50 with Afterpay. So definitely want to send you guys and recommend going that direction.
Also,
who doesn't love hats? Yeah,
I love hats. Maybe buy 2 or 3 of them.
The Anime Boomers actual channel, we're trying to grow that, so this will probably be took down immediately. So if you guys are like, "What the fuck happened to the?
Yeah,
what the fuck happened to live stream?"
Yeah, we're gonna take it. We're gonna
release the edited version later without the.
It's gonna be 20 minutes long. Yeah,
without Tuna Melt Chan's stink permeating through the video.
We have to upload this on Spotify, Jim, too. Like it. We have to pinch it a little bit. So So, but yeah, we'll upload the archive version.
Spotify, let's really fuck it into the ground. Let's talk about COVID, everybody.
Oh boy, here we go.
There we go. Instant use.
Hey, Spotify, we're going to talk about COVID now for an hour and a half.
I mean, that's what.
Love that.
Give us that Joe Rogan money.
Yeah, that's what Joe Rogan does. But yeah, if you guys want to watch the archive, it'll be up. I guess
it's animeboomers.live/clips is the archive channel. And animeboomers.live/podcast if you want to listen to it on anchor.fm/animeboomers. And of course, YouTube channel is youtube.com/thegatorgamer, which you can just go to gatortime.live and it'll take you directly there. All right. Well, I think that's just about everything. I guess I'll probably see you guys on Odyssey because there's no way my channel survives after this. I want to thank Jim for heralding the demise of my YouTube channel. It's been a fun 3 hours.
You're welcome.
I didn't know this is a funeral stream.
And for
Gator, I think going forward you're going to need a little,
Oh
yeah,
a little Zanny maracas. Let's go.
I'm gonna trade in the super berries for Zanny berries. Yes,
a little bit of Calypso.
And to shill my channel, Flamenco or youtube.com/Flamenco TV. On Saturday, me and some of my friends are going to be taking a You Laugh, You Drink, going over the entirety of the Gaslight iDubbbz list.
God, that was so great.
Because just Sam reading like 5 minutes of that was enough to get me hard of breath. So yeah, it'll be pretty fun.
Fucked.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You got spooky stuff?
Spooky? Oh, hi, me, Spooky. Hi, what's up? I am working on a fucking video on it is about Gamergate. Not like the whole thing. It's about a specific person. Don't ask me when it comes out because it'll be out when it's out. To quote
current year +8 now.
To quote Trump, it'll be out when it's out. But yeah, it'll have even yours truly, Jim, involved because he had a little influence on that little certain party of the internet.
Please,
so.
I was just following Monday Matt's example of leading the crusade. So
I mean,
why didn't you use your influence to make things a better place, Jim?
Well, Matt said no prisoners, no mercy. I want the blood to reach my ankles.
So was
father of Gamergate? He was. He wanted that war.
not to divulge too much into Gamergate, but I want to know, was it Monday Matt was first covering about Zoe Quinn and all that before you, or did you were you both covering around the same time, or do you remember?
No, I remember because I talked to him on Twitter about it. He was doing a video. We talked about when the drop happened from her
Copyright claim, right?
No, the ex-boyfriend, because the
Zoe
post.
the Zoe post dropped first, and it was kind of circling around and stuff. I remember talking to him about him, and then he was like, "Oh, I think I'll do a video on it." And then he did his video, and then he got fucking nailed for it, which was bullshit.
Mhm.
But yeah, he did the video first. Like I said, he's the father of Gamergate. Make sure you get that correct in your video.
Well, shit. I did bring him up. And I read Zoe Quinn's book, funny enough, and she refers to you guys as the internet weirdos or something. She has a very specific name for y'all, and I was like, is she talking about Jim and Monday Night? Because she would be like Blue Skull Man and Powdered Wig Boy or something, the way she described y'all. I was like, okay.
Jim, how does it feel to be a part of the Mount Rushmore of the saviors of Western civilization?
Oh, well, it's a picture that I am thrilled gets brought up all the fucking time. It's not embarrassing at all.
That's your Kingdom Hearts video.
That's your Magnus
Kingdom Hearts video.
It's my Kingdom Hearts video. Yeah, that fucking is. Yeah,
that's your anime background.
Big fucking smile on my face. Yeah,
you deserve to be immortalized. You saved Western.
Yeah, I didn't want to divulge into Gamergate because I've literally watched so many hours of your interviews of it. I don't really talk that much about it.
If you didn't make a video about some chick getting railed by 5 guys for a good internet review, we'd all be living in mud huts, man.
Mm-hmm.
We would be, yeah. Yeah, you were welcome. Again, I'm following the lead of Jihadi Jarbo and his quest to rid gaming of women. So, thanks, Gator, for putting that up.
Glad I could help. Never forget.
Mm-hmm.
Right next to Ralph too. That's poetic.
We're right next to each other.
Some people might call that foreshadowing.
I did. I also watched. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I watched also really old archives of when it was just Jim, Ralph, Jade, and Sargon, and it was also what's this guy? The guy who he unfortunately died of cancer, but he was also involved with it.
Total Biscuit.
What
seems to happen to a lot of people that were Gamergate.
Oh yeah, Total Biscuit.
It was just kind of surreal to see. I was like, holy shit! The way that all these people have fought in different ways that you guys have divulged over the years, it's kind of surreal.
Yeah. Total Biscuit was on a couple streams. Milo would pop on. People like I think Roguestar. They're just there were a lot of fucking streams back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, hearing all these names again, like the Zoe post in Roguestar, I'm starting to feel physically ill.
Starting to get anxiety. You're like, oh no.
I want to go back.
You starting to understand that Mount Rushmore pictures effect now, are you?
No.
Yeah, I had a nostalgia rush, even though I was not involved with Gamergate at all. It was like, oh my god, all these people are involved, but now they're still almost just as controversial, if not more. I'm like, I have fucking Sargon in political.
No, the Kingdom Hearts video thing was the Kingdom Hearts video thing was so appropriate because that's kind of how it feels. You look at it and you're just like, oh god, why the fuck is that? Why does that exist?
I don't know. I actually don't know what happened to Roguestar. Let's see. I know what happened to Milo.
Deal, and I remember something happened that he pissed everybody off, and then he just vanished. And man, when you just vanish off the internet, that's usually not a good sign because no one can stay off the internet.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. Wasn't there somebody too involved in Gamergate that pretended to be a chick, and then their house burned down?
Yes.
And then they got outed.
Allison Prime.
Or something.
It was Allison Prime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's why it's I'm only focusing on one specific person because there's so many weird characters and clout chasers and weirdos that were involved with Gamergate, and it's a whole circus of people, and there's no way you could fully cover it. That's why when I heard about Surfers, is that this guy, this breadtuber, did a quote unquote Gamergate documentary. It was only 13 minutes long. I was like, no, fuck that. That's not enough to fully discuss what happened during that 2-year time period almost, especially that first year. Nah. There was way more to it than just 13 minutes worth of information.
Yeah, I mean, after all,
So,
it
yeah.
was the 9/11 of the internet. I mean,
Well, yes, it was. It was truly a day.
I just thank God that the Vic Mignogna thing kind of petered out, because that was on its way to becoming like Anime's Gamergate, like real fast. Like,
Was
that
it?
Oh
was-
yeah, that definitely can happen.
yeah. I mean, they were already trying to call it Animegate on like every, I don't know, Twitter and everywhere I could, saying, for the love of God, don't call it Animegate. It's
So-
already it's already on the precipice. Don't give it any more.
I really don't want to be on a fucking Mount Rushmore of Anime Gate. I'd probably peacefully
God.
sunset.
So let me ask you this, Jim, and then we can stop with the fucking Gamergate conversation.
Please,
Do
God.
you think that
Are you all getting revenge on me for making the pill jokes together?
this is my last chance to ask you just one fucking question? Okay, so
Sure, go ahead.
do you think journalists bring up Gamergate all the time because it was such a huge money? Like, a lot of people made a lot of money back then, like detractors and also like the journalists, and that's why they want another Gamergate, is because of money specifically. That was my conclusion. Yeah, for like
Yeah, no,
clicks,
I mean,
money.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt that they're doing it for like a monetary purpose, or they're doing it because it can paint themselves as a victim because they survived the horrors of people shit posting on the internet, I guess.
Mhm. That was just my big conclusion of it, which is
It's
this is
like-
all gay, and it's all like, anytime you hear about Gamergate, whether it's like left, right, or whatever, it all has to go back to money. So
It's
A
kind
lot
of
of the
like
time,
their
yeah.
version of a quartering video, right? So like Carol
Mhm.
Danvers, like that's the same thing. That is their Carol Danvers. It's just Gamergate. They know that if they post something about Gamergate in a news article, it's going to get way more attention and way more press from people that get mad about it and are just like, "Oh, Gamergate! Oh my god!" It's shit like that.
Yeah,
All right.
it's clickbait, tried and true.
all right, I think
Cody,
that
Cody,
would-
it's your promo time now. Go and promote your stuff.
Well, I don't know how much my shit's gonna appeal to Jim's audience, but hey, what the fuck? You got AnimeOutsiders.com if you want me and the AO boys' superior taste in anime. It's like the one place you can get your anime reviews that aren't paused as hell. And then I got Cloud Scratcher if you want that 90s Saturday morning cartoon vibe. Cloudscratcher.com, a little nice family friendly read there for you. And just about finished Cloud Scratcher book. And once that's done, I'm going to start adding new pages to the comic again. So right now it's on hiatus. It's a good time to catch up. And then it's all about figuring out what my next comic's going to be. So I'm going to keep on that comic boy grind. So yeah, there you go.
Nice.
All right. I want to thank Mr. Metokur for being on this stream. I didn't think it was actually going to work when I sent that $5 super chat, but here he is, giving us great recommendations on anime, taking some great recommendations on anime, and getting to spend 3 hours of his life with us that he'll never get back. How do you feel, Jim?
Never coming back.
Autistic
Yeah,
sidetrack tangents. Oh.
Hopefully,
Hey,
we
guy.
rescued him.
Yeah, hey, guy dying of cancer. Let's talk about Gamergate for 3 hours. Okay, let's talk all of you.
Well, it's only 3 minutes, okay? Look, I just had to get those last questions out because I'm working on the big project, okay? I interfere with the big man himself.
You need a little more cancer on top of the cancer.
Yeah, here's that Mount Rushmore picture, asshole. Look at it.
Well, I mean, Faust beat the cancer out of Jim, I think.
Yeah, I might have. Yeah.
This full Russell Crowe, just go around fighting somebody with cancer.
If there's any upside to all this, that hopefully we've saved Jim from himself and given him some actual good shit to watch.
More rape.
I'll
More
jump
rape.
on those
There we go.
recommendations. A lot of rape. I'll be honest with you. That's kind of what the whole.
Well, that's what
conclusion
happens
of
when
this
you get
conversation
recommendations from.
I think he was going to say when you get recommendations from women. It's going to be what he was going to say.
That's literally what I said.
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
All right. Well,
So
I
it's
think
like
that does it for
rom-coms
us.
and
We
rape.
better get out of here before Susan wakes up and realizes that her Franzia bottle is empty. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank Mr. Metokur, thank Flamenco, Spooky, and of course Cody from Anime Outsiders. And you can find us. Hopefully we won't get yeeted off the internet, but probably. You can find us at GatorTime.live and AnimeBoomers.live. We'll post the replay of this on AnimeBoomers.live/clips. That's going to be our archive channel. You can also go directly to this channel at gatortime.live. You can, what's the other one? Oh yeah, animeboomers.live/podcast will take you to anchor.fm/animeboomers, where I've got to edit this monstrosity of a clip and take out all of the fun parts for Spotify. But I want to thank Jim again for coming on the stream, and as always, we will see you next time.